So first and foremost, thank you everybody who's made time to be here to help us out with this first shot at something official for our new group. So everybody here, I believe, has played some sort of tabletop D&D or something else, but mostly D&D. So I'm just going to do something quick to get everybody up to speed. But first and foremost, this is our group, Mimic Decision. Still working on some of the art and stuff, but we are locked in and ready to go today with what we've got. We're going to be playing a game called Daggerheart, which is connected to D&D in a lot of ways, and we're going to be making some efforts to bring that, kind of bridge that gap a little bit as well. We'll probably be rolling a bit more and doing some things a little more D&D style than Daggerheart does traditionally, as written, but that's just kind of to help make that connection. Either way, we're going to get started in just a moment with some introductions for our characters for the day as we step into a one-shot that is very loosely based on a one-shot called Death House, which was written as a introduction for low-level characters to the Strahd campaign in D&D. At this point, it's much more of an homage than anything else, but I hope we can have some fun with it. And as we go, we're going to have questions for the audience to weigh in on. Feel free to chime in, talk and speaking and everything when we get that. You're all in here with us boys for this first shot at this, so we don't need to do things through polls or chat. We're very interested to hear your thoughts about where we're at and what you'd like to see us do. We will mostly be kind of coming up with those on the fly when the situation on the field merits, a major choice. We're going to try to, at least most of the time, pass those over to you guys. So I hope you guys have some fun watching and helping us play. With that, let's turn to our characters. Let's turn to our party in the very beginning of today's adventure. Our party here has been traveling together for some time, working together, leveling, adventuring, killing, sometimes dying, but at the end of the day, succeeding. They are level 5 in Daggerheart, which is the midway mark in this system. The max level in the Daggerheart system is level 10. So today, while on a journey somewhere, I'll let them explain if they want to, but it won't really be relevant. They get a little lost. They find themselves walking on the road that they think they should be following when a thick fog settles in. It starts as a pure white mist, but very quickly gets darker, heavier, the light seeming to seep from the area until the fog around them is almost pitch black. Not seeing any choice but to push on through, the party moves forward until very suddenly, with a snap, the smell of burned ozone and a quick electric jolt, the party finds itself standing on a cliffside, looking over a somewhat picturesque valley. It sweeps down to the west against a wide rushing river, and up to the east into mountains with nice farmland and some various buildings of note in the center. In the distance rises a single tower. Rises is probably not the best way to explain it, because this tower is unnatural to say the least. It curls almost like a snake curling up a staff on a caduceus, wrapping up around nothing, air, before coming and resting on a large dome wider than the rest of the tower at the top. Its peak gleaming gold. Its stonework very elegant, very picturesque. But nonetheless odd. Suffice to say, you find yourselves in a foreign land. Somewhere you've never seen, somewhere you've never heard of. No rolls are necessary. You don't know where this is. But let's get some of the foreignness out of the way. We don't know who you are, so why don't we get going? Tell us about yourselves, the party. Quickly, we don't need to belabor it, but starting with Mullet, why don't you tell us who you are?
Sure. So, I am a Chapal bear bearer. He is around 8 feet tall, just short of 8 feet tall. Very lanky, almost gangly, kind of awkward looking, really. Giant. Has skin the color of sand, like desert sand, not beach sand. His eyes are really kind of just black all through and through. Not voids. You can tell there's something there, but they're just black. It's a bit strange. He's wearing fancy looking clothes. Um, they look fancy enough from a distance they would not hold up to inspection. What they really are would be clothes worn by stage actors in this area. Um, Again, they can pass for nice unless they're inspected too closely. And yeah, that's Chapal.
Great. Josh, how about you tell us who you are?
I'm going to be playing Wisteria Haro. She's an elf from an outlying forest village. She grew up being trained as a ranger in the strictest sense for protecting her town. At one point in time during a battle, there was an accident when she was using her daggers and unfortunately caused a loss of life on her own side. Since then, she's avoided using melee weapons, well, bladed weapons specifically, preferring to instead bow and arrow, and if necessary, her trusty quarterstaff. She is a rogue, so this is a bit of a different build than usual. But yeah, she's operates on those same kind of principles of protecting those who can't protect themselves. So if I were to put a label on her, she's more ranger than rogue, but her tactics and scouting and things like that kind of lend towards the sneaky aspects of being a rogue.
Excellent. Now let's switch over to something a little different. A class that is not new to anyone here, but not quite something that slots directly into D&D. Wom, what do you have today?
Oh, I have a Seraph, Mop Top Mary Gem. Came from a rough and tumble sort of background, but a disaster on the shores of her lighthouse gave her like the blessing of a god for some reason. Um, she probably didn't really deserve it. We don't know. Um, but you know what? It turns out traveling with people and being like the cleric, it pays enough to keep the lights on. So that's great.
Great. Um,
And and she is a fairy. She's about 1.5 feet tall, tends to hang around Chapal's shoulder just to bother him. She's got wings of a deep blue, 6 lanky arms, 5 hands, red hair. Where does it begin? Where does it end? We don't really know. 2 all black eye stalks pop out from the hair and take turns blinking, with like 2 more normal eyes of a bright green.
let's
Uh,
be careful with the term normal. Sorry, go ahead.
I know. I thought it should say normal, but I meant, for referencing the audience. Normal. I deeply apologize to anyone who has eye stalks. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Todd.
the Andalites are very offended. We're going to have to do a whole
Yep.
Animorph special now. All right. Great. So, and that's a Seraph, which is, something of a paladin cleric crossover, and we'll see how one plays it today. And that brings us to our fourth member of the party. John, who are you today?
So I am playing another ranger, but actually a ranger. Comrade Cleverwind. So I'm playing a Simia. So I'm about 5 feet tall. Kind of covered in fairly puffy orange hair everywhere. Normal comparison, I guess, would be like an orangutan. Doesn't really carry that much, isn't very fancy, just has like a very dark green dyed armor and a cloak the same color. He's wild-born, he just grew up in the forest, he was bored as hell, so he decided to leave and go explore and find new exciting places. And eventually he came upon this group who also likes to go find new exciting places, so he stuck around, and there's Mufasa, go away. And so he has just kind of been like guiding his way, or guiding the group to the places they go to raid slash help people at. But mostly he just likes to explore.
Great. And that's our party. I'm sure people have a lot of questions about quite a bit of that. Mine first question is, the difference between 6 arms and 5 hands. But that's not what we're here for today. These characters might come back another time when we can explore that deeper, or maybe it comes up naturally in the story, but today we're here to tell a story, so let's get to it. Your party stands on this cliff overlooking this valley. A somewhat steep dirt trail leads off to the right, down, sloping toward a larger, real, not paved, but well-traveled road at the bottom, leading down into the valley. And you see that road leading further into the valley, into a town. It looks like a town that was once quite nice. You see large, somewhat ornate buildings. You see, topiary. You see statues, ornamentation, but all of it shows the weather, its age, its time, and its lack of repair. Nothing looks like it's well kept. Quite a few buildings you can see from here seem to have boarded up windows, doors, that sort of thing. Though you do occasionally see a figure moving around on those streets. As you begin to move into this area, it's only natural that you would want to look back, and you see behind you not a pathway, not a door, not an opening, just a wall of solid black light. It glows faintly, adding a kind of surreal tone near it. Once you're more than a few feet away, the natural light of this area, which, while overcast, is still prevalent here in the early morning, overrides that. But near the wall, you can hear a hum, kind of a charge in the air, and the hairs on your neck and arms stand at end. Before you can decide to do anything, you hear the sound of footsteps approaching, moving, crunching their way up the path towards you, and you see a single man, dressed in well-used traveling leathers, a blade on each hip, a large pack on his back. He's probably on the older edge of young. He's got some days' growth of beard and long, shaggy hair, a few scars on his face. His hands, where they're not covered in gloves, you can see are lined with scars as well. Somebody who's been through battles before. And he looks as he approaches and sees your party and just gives you a grin and waves. Well met, travelers. What brings you to Noxia?
Not sure at all.
Noxia, I don't think that's the town we were looking for.
No,
Nope.
I gather not. Very few people end up here intentionally. Unless you know how. No.
Well, we did hire a guide, so maybe this is a shortcut?
You hired a guide, you say?
Never saw this place before.
Perhaps it was one of my partners. We help
No,
occasionally
he's
funnel
Right here.
interesting figures.
It's me.
Oh, I suppose not.
I knew where he was, and then blip, we were here.
Fascinating. Well, I can't explain it, but I do hope you fare better than the last group who came through. And with that, he gives you a wink and walks past you into the wall of black, and with a crack and a snap, he disappears.
Did anybody else see that?
Yeah, that was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, Comrade, where did you bring us this time?
I don't know. I've never seen this before.
Okay.
We were on the right road. It was fine. Then there was some fog, and then bloop, gone. And we just
So do we
appeared
just
here.
need to go back and find like a fork that we missed, or?
So you
Nope.
got the ranging part of ranging done, but not the finding out where we are part done.
I got the way part of Wayfinder. Yeah, because we've established we do not know where we are, or have any clues, right?
Correct.
What do our like immediate surroundings look like? Are there any kind of like waystones? Have we passed any mile markers or anything?
Nothing that you can see. So the road obviously ends abruptly behind you where the path is. Even the main road that you can see, like if you take it to away from the village, it very quickly runs into that wall as well. You can see some sort of sign post set up near the town along that road. Maybe 100 yards or so shy of the town border. Your immediate surroundings are just a kind of a stone cliff, gravel and dirt, looking down probably about 100 feet over the bulk of the valley. A steep hill on to your right going down to the ground level. To the left, there's just sheer cliff face.
There's not really much option but to follow this. There's a sign out there. We can see if it's somewhere we've heard of.
Or we can just ask someone in town.
That might have been the only guy in town. This place is creepy as shit.
It's maybe seen better days, but
I pull my bow off my shoulder, just kind of like keeping it ready. I'm like, well, keep your eyes open. This is weird, and I got a bad feeling.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you gonna do? And I start walking towards the sign.
You
Slowly,
always get a
not like
bad
running.
feeling, huh?
They're usually right. It's not my fault we always get into bad situations.
We'll just follow Kamir's Smart Storm. Is that a name?
Ahmed Cleverwind.
Yeah, that.
You were close.
all right.
I'm
Lead
going
on.
cautiously, but I want to move up and try to see what I can see about that sign, and
Sure.
if it gives us any hint as to where we are.
You make your way carefully down the slope, taking in your surroundings as you move. Always, taking advantage of that ranger fieldcraft that you are so skilled at, which is why it's so disorienting to find yourself in a place where you have literally no idea where you would be. Even the horizon is completely alien to you. Nothing to bring it down. Even at least at nighttime, maybe you can see some stars and use those to take a guess at your location. But for the moment, all you can do is head down the path, meet the road, and follow it toward the signpost ahead. The signpost is split into 3 directions. One leads down Calabasas Road, which is just seemingly the name of the road you're on, as it continues off to the left, curving westward through the valley. The one to the right points to an old temple that you can kind of see from here. Further beyond the town off to the west, it looks old and somewhat run down, but still standing. And then the arrow pointing forward, the village of Akinor.
But I assume I've not heard of any of those places.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
maybe you've heard of places with similar names, but
Yeah.
not in this context, at least.
Well, welcome to Drakenor.
Akinor, sorry. AKI.
I can't read very well. Welcome to Hackenor. sunny Hackenor.
Yeah.
You see any
Matt,
sign of
does
movement
this-
anywhere?
Yes, in fact. Looking into the village, you see 2 small figures have darted from the edge of the road from a house that you can see in the village, not far past the village edge, and they run somewhat frantically into the middle of the road as you watch, and they look and they see you and they beckon. And as you look, they're small, possibly halflings or some smaller race or children. It's hard to tell from this distance, but they do look to be in distress.
I start walking quickly towards them if they look like they're in distress.
I will move slower than that, staying back a bit.
Be somewhere in between.
As the group meanders at different paces down the road toward the waving figures, you hear a voice cry out, "Help! Help, mister! Our family needs help!"
Does it sound like a child or
It
like a
does.
small person?
It sounds
Does it sound like a
young,
demon?
like a child. Not like I sounded right there. Apologies.
I'll pick up my pace and finish my way heading over to them, and I'll kind of like get down on one knee and ask them what's wrong.
As you get
What's wrong?
close-
Where's your...
Sorry, go.
Good. I was just gonna say, what's wrong? Your family's in trouble?
As you get close, you can see they are absolutely children. The one is a young boy, probably 8 or 9. He's dressed in very nice clothes, but they have seen much better days. There is gold trim that is faded and dirty. There are tears and patches with the wrong color and the wrong materials in places. His pants have holes in them, and you can see scratches on his knees underneath. His face is dirty. Next to him is a girl, slightly older, probably 12, who looks no less worn, but she didn't start in the same condition. Her clothes were middling at best, if not somewhat threadbare to start, and now they are barely holding together, like dirty and messy, and she looks quite disheveled. Her hair is matted, but the boy looks up at you and says, "Yes, the monster. It attacked. Your dad trapped it in the basement. He's stuck there with it." And they point to a house, to their left, to your right, on the side of the road. A large house, a manor, really. It has 2 floors that you can see. It is quite wide. It's got a kind of a nice deck out front and windows spread out around the edges, all of which are heavily curtained. This was very clearly once a very nice home. It is now something less. It has been left to decay. You see gaps in the roof. There are cracks in some of the windows, panels missing in some cases. The door is just slightly ajar from where the children had run out. But you do see lights inside, the flicker of candles burning in the interior.
Yeah, I kind of look back at everybody that's meandering, and I'm like, hurry up, he said that his father's trapped in
I'm
the basement
closer
with a
now.
monster.
What kind of monster?
We didn't see it. We were down there with him, helping him clean. Suddenly, there was a crash and a roar. And this awful sound, and he chased us up the stairs and told us to run. He locked the door behind us.
How long ago was it?
It just happened.
Well, that's convenient.
No.
Please,
Guys, somebody
Sorry.
could be in trouble here.
Mrs. Help.
Shrug and pull out my rapier and say, "Okay, let's see."
Yeah, I'll
what we
draw
can
an arrow.
see."
See what we can do, kids. So does
Do you have
anybody
somewhere
else
to
live in
hide?
this town? Like,
They won't help. Everybody's very... They won't help.
Do you have anywhere to hide?
You can hide across the street. He points to a rundown kind of shack that looks empty across the way. We hide in there sometimes when we're playing.
Okay, go hide, and we'll come get you when we're done, okay? But
yeah.
don't come out unless you hear us or your parents, okay?
Thank you, sir. Miss. They just kind of runs up and throws his arms around you real quick, tries to hug you, and then runs and dashes to the shack his sister following along, kind of tripping as they go. You see them run inside the shack and kind of hide, and you can see both of them kind of turn as their heads peek out the side. And you can hear them. They hide back as you see them.
Well, this is strange,
Well,
but
I'll
can't
start
deny
heading towards
somebody
the
in
door.
trouble.
And this
That
is
certainly
where
seems
I am
scam.
going to stop us for a moment. And traditionally, what we just heard starting to happen is what we would do here, and allow the party to make the decision. But I'm going to give the audience a softball to start. Let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? It's just an innocent kid and his family.
Yes,
Yeah, it's a spooky house. They gotta go in it, obviously.
definitely.
Yeah, gotta go.
What else are they supposed to do?
The mimics
For sure, they're gonna enter the house.
All right, guys. The
It's
hive
damn
is
near
spoken.
unanimous.
You have to listen. So how you do it is up to you guys, of course, but your direction is picked.
I'll edge right up to that front door that they came out of and try to peer around it. See if there's any action
like a-
going on there.
Is there a cellar door around the basement entry from the outside?
Not that you see, no.
I'm just gonna look in the windows then.
The windows are all heavily curtained and quite dirty. You can't see inside from the outside, no matter how much you twist and turn and peer.
Does it look like people actually live here besides the lightings?
So, as from the outside, it's hard to tell. Like I said, there is clearly light inside. The front deck is not dusty, although much of the outside of the house is, as if it's just been left to sit in for ages as it collects, what kind of dust it can outside. But the front deck is clear. You can see some dust on the edges of the deck that have some fresh footprints. There is signs of some life, but much like the village you stand in, not much.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna sidle up to where the door is open, but shielded by it, and try to peer around to get a look at the at least entrance of the house.
The door opens up into a small foyer. At this point, the map is accurate. You are welcome to look. Almost immediately, that foyer is closed off, and there are 3 more doors. One across the way, and one to either side on the left and right.
I'm gonna put my bow on my shoulder and pull my quarterstaff out, and I'll kind of nod to Cleverwind and push the door a little bit with my quarterstaff to fully open it.
I'll come around it with a bow raised, arrow raised, and I guess I'll just go into the foyer there and I'll check the door to the left first. I'm just checking to see is it locked?
The door to the left is unlocked.
Alright. I will slightly push that open and move it very slowly as I peer my way into that room as well.
As you all begin to enter the house, as Kemet leads the way and the rest of you follow into the foyer, into that first room to the left, the door behind you slams shut.
Okay.
Loudly, with a almost thunderclap of sound. That's
Wait,
it.
is Mop Top in here, or are they outside?
Yes, everybody's made it inside.
Okay.
Made it into the foyer. Nope, you're done.
Yeah, feel free to move your characters around. We're using the map more as a guideline at the moment, so I'm not too concerned about your positioning. Just follow the fiction, and we'll go from there. We'll have better solutions for maps down the road. But all of you inside, Command leads the way into the left room. There are lit oil lights set on the walls, room is, well lit. There are some chairs. There is an old sword covered in dust and spider webs across the way, laying on a table. And to your right, as you step in, is a full taxidermy wildebeest staring at you as you
Can I
enter.
jump and stab?
When you
the
say
wildebeest?
staring, is it like Scooby-Doo eyes? Like it follows you?
Googly eyes, in fact.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
No, the eyes are
Not a great taxidermist.
Yeah, the
Weird,
eyes
right?
are, realistic looking, but no, they don't seem to follow you. They just stare straight ahead.
I'm gonna take a closer look at this spiderwebbed sword.
Sure. Let's start off with our first roll of the night here. Give me an instinct roll. So everybody's aware this is one of the ways that Daggerheart differs from Dungeons and Dragons. Generally speaking, you roll less. It's reserved for moments where the fiction is more important, and there's a chance for failure. But we're gonna err a little more on the side of skill check type rolls. We'll see how people enjoy that. Nonetheless, the difference here is that when a player rolls a skill check, instead of using a d20 like they do, like we would in Dungeons and Dragons, they roll what they call in Daggerheart duality dice, which is 2 d12s of different colors, preferably. One is your hope die, and one is your fear die. You roll them together, and you add the result. The overall number defines whether or not you pass the check, so a 12 and a 1 is a 13. But above and beyond that, they also have to tell us which die rolled higher. If they rolled higher on the fear die, they rolled with fear, and negative consequences are around the corner. If they rolled with the hope die, they gain hope, and the roll, if it's a success, is a better success. If it's a failure, it's not as bad. And it gives them the hope asset, which is a currency that players can use to power their abilities. With the fear die, I, the GM, get a fear token. Which I start with 4 of for this session, as we have 4 players. Those fear tokens are used to power my abilities, like adversary attacks and environmental issues. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go, and see how the dice swing that pendulum back and forth. Josh, what did you get?
Yep. And I did post a picture of my hope and fear die in the
I did. I saw. I like it.
one-shot channel. But I rolled an 11 with fear.
11 with fear. Okay. So you get closer to look at the sword, and it strikes you as odd, really, very, very quickly. There's some dust in the rest of the room, but not an absurd amount. This room has not been well tended, but it's not abandoned entirely. Certainly there's no spider webs anywhere else, but here the spider webs have wrapped. It's not cobwebs, it's actual sticky spider webs, and they are thicker than they should be. And as you get closer to look, it seems odd, and you can't quite make out what's wrong with it. I mean, you've seen spider webs before. And so maybe not your best choice, but you reach out slightly with your hand just to test it, see how fresh the webbing is, just trying to wrap your head around what's going on here. And as you do, a dozen tiny spiders spurt out of the webbing, and you see now that what was so wrong about the webbing is that it was moving. Not much, just almost vibrating, as dozens upon dozens of these tiny black spiders are crawling through it. And as you watch, they weave webs continuously around this sword, and the ones that have jumped onto your hand quickly start to weave webs around your hand as well. You're able to shake them off very, very easily. They're not particularly dangerous, but mark 1 stress as a consequence there. So for the folks at home, Daggerheart uses the concept of stress to represent the psychological toll that adventuring has on somebody, among other things. It can also be used as another asset to power abilities, much like hope and fear. Stress is akin to HP, and it represents kind of your mental state. once you run out of stress to mark, A, you can no longer use abilities that rely on it, and B, if you would take additional stress, you start to lose health points instead.
Okay, I kind of shake the spiders off. I'm like, oh, gross. Hey, Mop Top, look at all these spiders. And I like show the spiders as I fling them onto the floor.
Stomp on any that get close to me. And back off.
Yeah, this is weird, guys. These spiders seem like attached to the sword almost.
Well,
They're like,
we
they
can
seem like they're
just
attached.
let them
Other than
have
they
it for
built
now.
a web onto it. Is it more than that?
I don't
Or is
know.
it the
Maybe
web?
maybe it's just the webbing. The webbing seems weird. I've seen a lot of spider webs, and this is strange.
Yeah.
Put some fire on it. Maybe we do that after we save the dad in the basement, though.
Yeah, let's not burn the house down yet.
As Chapal says, put some fire on, you hear a moan of distress coming from somewhere in the house. A scream of not agony but terror. A high-pitched shriek. And then the house around you shudders. The floor you're standing on shakes for a second. Everything goes black.
Okay, the house does not like fire. Oh no.
Sorry. You find yourself standing in the same room.
Oof.
But suddenly there's a very noticeable difference. Fires crawl up the wall all around you. The chairs are on fire. The sword is on fire, although not the webbing, interestingly. The wildebeest even burns in the corner, and the fires are hot. The inferno rages around you, and the air is difficult to breathe, painful. You struggle, you gasp.
Sapal, what did you do?
I'll immediately
just
try to
said
open
put
the door to
fire
the
on
north.
I didn't do
No,
anything.
no, let's set the house on water now. And I
Okay.
wait
Did
to see if
anything
it
happen when
just...
you said water?
The house shudders again, and this time the moan is not of terror, but of pain.
Okay.
And you find yourself standing in the same room, but this time water is filling the room rapidly. It's already up around your knees, and it's filling up. Even when it reaches the window where there is no glass, even as it comes to the door where there are clearly cracks, this room is not airtight, the water fills up.
Well, the one time it's great to be tall.
Yeah,
So-
only for so
Yeah, I'm
long.
gonna fly near the ceiling.
A perfectly normal house. Does anything happen?
Let's leave the house alone.
We will do no damage to the house whatsoever. We're just here to save a guy.
Josh, I see you moving around by the door. Are you trying to leave, or...?
Yeah, I was gonna test and see if it will budge or open.
The door is unlocked. You are able to move it, despite the fact that the water would probably make that more difficult than it is.
Leaving
So
is a great instinct.
Besides the, like, sensory input, does this seem real, or could it possibly be our imagination?
Let's, I'm gonna give you your choice of, tell me how you go about trying to decide that. What is your character thinking, seeing? What's your process here as you look at this?
Well, I guess I know you said the fire was hot and it was difficult to breathe, but that could be a reaction, you know, that you would have to suddenly being surrounded by fire. But when she opened the door and there was like no drag or resistance, I think that leads her to believe that maybe this is an illusion of some sort, especially since the water seems to be rising perfectly everywhere in the house, even though it shouldn't be possible. So I can't think of a way to try to see if the water is real than to try to put my head under the water and see if I can still breathe.
Okay, that's more or less what I wanted. Perfect. So we're gonna call this, for lack of a better way to put it, a knowledge roll. You are using cold logic in the face of panic. Go ahead.
Math is hard. It's a 13 straight. I don't have a bonus with hope.
13 total. Okay. You stick your head under the water, and you feel your hair soaked. It rushes up your nose. Then you start to sputter as it hits your lungs, and you've seen illusions before. They're not that uncommon in the life you lead. This doesn't feel like it. This feels very, very real. Meanwhile, Kamed, while Wisteria is potentially drowning herself to check the validity of the water, you feel a hand reach around your calf. And a moment later, it yanks as it tries to pull you down under the quickly rising water, which is now above waist level for a average adult human. I need you to roll a strength reaction roll.
Strength, god damn it. Alright. You know how weak orangutans are? Alright. Strength. Okay. 15 with hope.
15 with hope. So the hope doesn't matter. Reaction rolls are the one place where we don't pay attention to that. But a 15 is enough. You are able to, you're jerked off position and fall down to one knee, splashing your face, falling under the water level for a moment. But with a just burst of strength, you're able to push forward and push back into the center of the room, bringing your head back above water, sputtering it out. You look down around anywhere from where that hand may have come from and see nothing.
There, guys, something just grabbed me. I don't know what it is. There's nothing I can see. I think this house is alive. And that's very unfortunate. Has the water stopped at all, or is it still rising?
It's still rising as you speak.
I jerk my head back above the water and start coughing and sputtering. I don't think this is an illusion, guys.
Nope, just got grabbed. I'll try to open the door right above me.
Yeah, it opens.
What is the state of the next room?
The water rushes out of your room, but it doesn't seem to be as submerged. And the moment you step across the line there, you find yourself in yet another variation of the home. You find the entire party standing completely dry. In this home as it was when it was new. Probably. At least clean. And you stand in an impressive entry hall. The floor is marble, inlaid with gold and other precious metals for patterns. There are more taxidermied animals around. You see a tiger and some sort of tall bird nearby. Their eyes kind of boring into you, but nonetheless not moving. There is a grand statue in the center made of pure white marble depicting a man fighting what appears to be some kind of small dragon creature. The man's gauntleted hand is wrapped around the creature's neck, and his sword is wrenched back, aiming at its face. And they're locked in that position while the dragon bares its fangs and stares at him. Even in the marble sculpture, eyes full of hate. From this room, there are 4 more doors, 2 across the way from where you entered, and 1 to either side. And the stairs themselves, you can tell, lead up to a new level. But more importantly, you find that while you stand here in this room, in this, polished room, you find that you're not alone. Stepping past you, and stepping through you, you see an apparition of 3 people entering the room. A tall, regal-looking man with a trim, full beard, black hair, just going gray at the temples. He's dressed in a crimson and gold tunic with gray pants. He has a sword at one hip and a pouch at the other. Standing next to him is a beautiful woman, probably in her late 20s. She has black hair that is very artfully done. She wears a silver dress that doesn't... or I'm sorry, that it's somewhat striking against her pale skin. She has very dark blue eyes and very carefully done makeup. It is very apparent that these two are well off and have lived that way for some time. There is an affluent nature to their walk, to their mannerisms as they move through the room, and trailing behind them a third figure. Not nearly as comfortable, not nearly as haughty already, but nonetheless well-dressed. You see a boy following the two, and you recognize the boy. The clothes are the same, but new, in much better shape. The boy that you met outside stands here behind his two adults who look up at the statue of the stairs. The man puts his arm around presumably his wife's waist, and she kind of leans against him, and she pulls the boy next to him, and they have a moment of just kind of looking around. A moment later, you see other figures, workmen coming in, carrying furniture, boxes, chests of worth of goods. It seems like this family is moving in. A moment later, the apparition just vanishes.
Is there a change to the state of the room, or just that apparition vanishes?
That apparition vanishes. You still stand in the clean, new version of this hall.
Are we still wet?
Yes, you are still wet. You are dripping onto the metal as you stand.
Okay. I say, burn me, and I pull my bow off my back while I'm kind of like looking around, and take the soaked string off and reach into my pouch and restring it real quick with a fresh string. What the hell is happening?
I got a joke about this. You ready for it? Why did the kids cross the road?
To
Why?
lure us to our deaths, I guess.
Because they were rotten.
No, boy. I stop restringing my bow and look at you, and I'm just like, okay.
Somebody needs some Marcus Strauss for that, maybe me. Go ahead.
Alright.
I'm gonna start looking into the other room, just opening the door, not going in, but opening and kind of seeing what's in the other rooms.
The doors are all unlocked. Nothing bars your way to any of them. And as you can see on the map, you can look into different rooms. The room to the right is kind of like a game room. It's got soft red carpeting, some kind of like card table, pool table in the middle, some nice chairs in front of a fire. To the left, it appears to be looking into a kitchen. And to the two doors across the way, you see lead into smaller rooms. One just seeming to be kind of a little wash basin room. It's got a basin with water and towels and a small plant. The other, a storage room with a small table and bench, maybe for servants to take their time and eat. And there's a small door on the side of that as well.
So nothing immediately leading into the basement.
No, not that you see.
No. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab one of those towels, pat off my hair.
As you step out of the room again, I'm not going to keep changing the map every time this happens, but just follow me here. The room you step into is once again the abandoned house that you had first entered. There are cobwebs in the corner. There's a layer of dust on places, but not too thick. And there are footprints moving through. The towels are clean, actually. You are still able to use them to dry off, although they don't look as clean and pure as they did when you looked into the room from the outside.
When I look back, is it still like the pristine entry area?
No, as you look back from the room that you've entered into, you now look back into a dusty or worn down version of the room. but you do see your friends standing.
Okay, I'm gonna step back through and see if it changes for me
Changes
again.
Yes, as you come back into the room, you are once again standing in the pristine room with your friends, seeing it just as they do.
Hey guys, I know this place is weird. That's redundant.
Yeah,
But hey, check
yeah.
this out. When you come into this room and look in, it's dirty and dingy, and then when you look back out, it's clean. And I'm taking one of the towels, and I want to see if when I throw it through the door, if it becomes clean.
I want to catch it.
As you take the towel from the room and try to throw it through the door, you find something stops it. It just slaps into the air as if a wall was there and falls into a pile on the ground.
I'm not that bad at throwing, I promise.
Hmm.
I pick it up and try to push it through. Is it like resistant?
Yeah, so where your hand is behind the towel, you find unable to cross the boundary. So put your other hand through and walk through yourself. But the towel is just hard lines at the doorway.
This is creepy.
Just like the water.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here, this kitchen. Go in.
Yeah, I'll check out the game room.
I kind of yell out to everybody, remember why we're here. We're trying to save somebody.
Now we're trying to find the basement.
Yeah, we don't know where he is.
They're all rotten.
As Chapal and Up Top make their way into the kitchen, they also lose the ceiling of the clean house and come into a rundown kitchen where, looking in, you had seen fresh produce and meats and foods and grains and everything topped off, and you could even smell something cooking, baking, cookies, cake, something. Now you come in and see it run down. The larders and pantries are bare. The bags are empty. A few stray potatoes here, an ear of corn there. There's some questionable-looking meat sitting on a counter, almost with a green sheen across it, and the main table in the center of the kitchen is stained a deep brown red, all down its length. Kamad, you enter the game room and find the door behind shuts, and you once again
Oh, hell.
inside the burning house.
The burning house, alright.
You hear shouts of terror and pain all around the house, and one deep, quiet laugh coming from above. The room is on fire, but not an
Yes.
inferno just yet. The walls are catching, but they are not fully engulfed. You have a moment to look around, and you see as I said, a pool table / card table in the center of the room, some comfortable chairs, a stuffed bear in the corner, a moose head mounted above, a roaring fire in the fireplace where it's supposed to be. In stark contrast to the wildfire that is rapidly growing around you as smoke starts to fill the room from the ceiling. You see that level lowering as you stand in.
I'm gonna try to reopen the same door I just came through.
It does not open, and the doorknob is scalding hot.
It's hot. Alright.
Mark a point of health, as it leaves a burn into the palm of your hand.
I guess I would.
For those watching, hit points in Daggerheart are not quite the way they are in Dungeons and Dragons. They will never reach the kind of numbers there. In fact, they tend to be single-digit numbers. Losing a hit point is somewhat noticeable. When taking damage in combat, you do not take direct damage to your health, and we'll get more into that as we go. I just wanted to, highlight here that Comet likely has maybe 7 hit points.
Let me, ha! I'll move over to the door at the top and see if I can open that.
That door opens, and you find yourself standing in a damp library. But as the carpet squelches beneath your feet as you enter, and a light smell of mold hits your nose, suddenly the scene changes, and you're standing in a clean library. The floor is dry. The smell of books and leather fills your nose, and you see the tall man and the boy from before standing in the corner of the library. The boy is looking up. Dad, I can't do it. It's too hard. Son. Those who are members of the Weiss family do not say it is too hard. They do not say they can't. They won't. They simply focus on what they're doing, and they try harder. His voice is like steel. The boy flinches slightly. He nods and turns back to the book and the paper that he was working on as he seems to be scratching out some sort of math problem on the paper. The man kind of leaning over his shoulder, reading as he goes, making noises and sometimes reaching out and stopping his hand and correcting him pretty tersely. That fades away, and Komet is once again in the damp room. The smell of mold is now mixing with the smell of rot, and water is slowly filling the room again, although much slower than it had in the previous
Can I check out the books in the room and see if there's anything that looks to be in better condition, like less waterlogged, anything like that?
Yeah, so the books are not quite wet yet. They're a little, it's damp in here. They're probably not in great shape long term, but at the moment they're all serviceable. The books are not a large collection, but large enough still. Most homes not really having any books in them. You find shelves of reference materials. You find studies on different things. You find educational books on math and science and literature. You find all sorts of novels with very well-made covers and gold leafing on the spines. Everything seems to be expensive, relatively well-maintained, at least prior to the dampness. Looking over at the corner, you do see a small desk with some paper and a quill on it. Something scratched into the paper.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
And as you approach, you hear a scuttling above you. I'm going to spend a ear here. You approach the paper, looking down at the writing, and you see not words or any kind of language that you recognize, but symbols. Probably magical in nature. You see a circle etched into it with symbols around the outside and the inside, and a seven-pointed star directly in the center with its center star or center claw down. The writing is in some kind of red ink. It is clean, dry. It was written some time ago, but it hasn't faded. Nonetheless, as you look closer, you hear a crack in the ceiling above you, and you feel a rope wrap around your body and lift you off the ground.
Okay. I will try to wriggle out of it.
You reach down, starting to turn left and right as you get your hands around the rope that has wrapped itself around your torso, and you find it sticky. And looking
great.
down, you see that spider web as thick as a child's forearm is coiled around your waist, and you're being pulled up to a black hole in the ceiling. A pair of red eyes looking down at you.
Do my hands remain free?
Yeah.
It's just around my waist?
Your hands are free. You're just being lifted bodily up by your waist.
Can I shoot an arrow into that hole where I see the eyes?
You can certainly try. Let's make an attack roll.
Alright. +4 on this. 19 with hope.
19 with hope. All right, that is absolutely going to land. Even as you can't see, you take your bow out, letting the rope, the webbing support you, turning, looking up, drawing and firing directly up at those glowing red eyes, and you hear a howl of rage and then a voice. No, stay away! They are mine. I will protect them! And the web drops a little bit now. The eyes close, disappear. You find yourself in a pile of the webbing, now dry, its adhesive quality gone, and you're standing in just a dusty library. No water or fire threat. The document on the desk is gone, but you still remember generally what it looked like.
Is there still paper and the quill?
No.
Damn. Alright. I'm just gonna try to recreate it.
Let's hold that there. Wisteria, what are you doing?
Excuse me. Do I hear anything, like if I leave the, what room was this? It was kind of like a butler's pantry, right?
Yeah, this is like a washroom. It's just like a little wash basin to wash your hands and face.
Gotcha. So I leave that room. Do I hear any like of the sounds of him struggling through the door, or is it just basically just like a normal silent house?
Not a bit. You actually, I think, probably noticed that you also can't even hear anything from Mop Top and Chapal in the next room, even as the door is open. It seems deathly quiet where you're standing. It feels like you're alone in this building.
Okay.
I also want to stop us right here for everybody. When you guys, the players I'm talking to, when you think that there's something that you want to lean on the audience for, please chime in and we can prop it up for them real quick. It doesn't just have to be when I stop and ask them to come in. Anything where you want to take a bit of your agency and hand it off and let them have fun with it, feel free. No pressure, just keep that in mind, please. But yeah, so you stand here in the dusty hall, the clean hall, and you feel completely alone here.
Okay. Wisteria's not really worried about being alone, but she is worried about other people exploring this freaky house. So I'm kind of on the decision of joining Mop Top and Chapal, or trying to follow John's character, which I can't remember the name.
Ahmed.
So I was going to ask the audience what I should do, or if I should have a third option and go somewhere stupid.
Give me 1 moment to get to that for everybody. Audience, so I'm going to present 4 options for you guys to discuss and choose from. So what should Wisteria do? The simple answers, of course, are going to be go join Mop Top and Chapal. Seek out. Sorry, I'm blanking on the name as well for a second. Comment. Or let's hear from you guys. What other options does Wisteria have here that you'd like to see? If you don't have anything, that's fine. But I'd like to take some input. So, just for the audience's thing, Wisteria is in the entry hall here. Mop Top and Chapal have moved off to the left in the kitchen, and Kamed has moved up into a library through the game room off to the right. There are still 2 other doors above Wisteria, as well as the room that you came from.
Yeah, I think exploring more sounds good to me, but That would be my vote.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like opening more doors and seeing if anything very clearly would be going down to a basement.
Okay. Further explore the house as option 3. Does anybody else have a fourth thought?
I just want to say that I've been hearing up until now that John's name was Comet Cleverwind, as in the thing that sails through the sky, not Comed.
Yeah, we're probably gonna look to have names attached to the video spots as well to make things a little more obvious for everybody. But for the moment, just ask if you need any more information from anything in the UI. But if nothing else, that's fine. We can certainly go with 3 options. So we've got joining ComEd, joining Moped and Chapal, or exploring further. So audience, what are you thinking? We'll just go with a consensus here rather than any kind of hard vote unless it's too mixed up.
Explore. Further explore.
Yeah, have you really found anything worth going back to your friends with yet? You should spend more time alone.
Yep, explore.
Okay. I think that's pretty definitive. Wisteria, you are commanded to explore.
Yep. Okay, so I bypass the stairs. Just figure we'll get one level done at a time. Plus, we're trying to find the basement, so that doesn't make any sense to go upstairs. So I guess I'll just go through this door to the north.
Mm-hmm. Sure. And it opens up into, as I said, kind of a small room. It's a little table. There's, some empty plates. It looks like, this is probably where the help eats. Maybe they, have some quarters nearby or something. There's also a small door off to your left, and another door across and to the right. The room is empty of anything interesting. It is dusty. It is not heavily used, clearly. There is a single burning candle in this room.
Okay, I'm just gonna pop open this broom closet, make sure that's all it is, before moving on.
And you see a collection of sticks and things, brooms, mops, that sort of stuff, and a couple buckets in the corner.
Okay. Then I'll just move on through the next door.
You open the room and find yourself standing again in the modern's not the word I should use, but I keep thinking of it that way. But the original version of the house. This room is not particularly nice anyway, but it's clean. There's a couple tables set out and some wooden stools. There is kind of a communal food on the tray, and you can see figures moving about now, apparitions as before. As one gets closer, you feel it pass through you, and a slight chill runs through you as you look, and they're sitting around, they're talking, they're laughing, they're sharing the food on the table. They're dressed like the help here. There seems to be a pantry off to the side, and 2 more doors here, one ahead and to the left, and one off to the right. But as these apparitions talk and complain, you hear one specifically say, Lady Arabella's really... I don't know. She seems a bit high-strung of late. She nearly threw me out of my ear for dropping a plate earlier this week. I don't know about you, but I've never particularly liked her. The way she looks at us. It's like we're barely even people. To be fair, I don't think she's paid attention to anything that isn't that boy of hers in all the time she's been there. Not that that's a bad thing, but... well, at least she generally leaves us alone. And with that, the door behind you opens. Not in reality, but again, an image, a ghost of the door passes through you, and then striding through you is that same well put together woman that you had seen before, and she comes in looking around at all the help here. And what are you doing sitting around here chatting? There's cleaning to be done. My boy's room has not been made ready for him tonight, and the cooking needs to begin. Get the hell out of here now. And, like a startled rabbit, every single one of these people dashes off in different directions. Two of them into the pantry, kind of corner of this room, starting to help with getting ingredients together. Several through you into the door you'd come through, and one turns and leaves through a door in the back. And as you see him disappear, you hear his ghostly footsteps echoing down a set of stairs.
So, does this scene kind of just like disappear
As
after that, or do the people stay?
As that kind of resolves in front of you, it dissipates, and you find yourself once again standing in the dusty, old version, worn version of this room. But you feel like something's still off. Your instincts throughout your life have kept you safe. You've honed them to a razor's edge to do the kind of work that you do. And this room is setting your teeth on edge. I'm going to ask you to make me an instinct roll.
That's a 20 with hope.
20 with hope. Take your hope. And as you look around, you realize what's throwing you off this time. Your left foot, when it came down this time, it didn't land on hard wood. It landed on something hard, but that is just slightly above the level where the floor is. Almost imperceptible, really. Most people wouldn't have picked it up, but you did. And additionally, it's got just a little bit of give, a little bit of squish to it. And as you push down into that and you focus on it, you realize the room looks different than you thought originally. The room is caked in spider webs and blood. And all around the room, webbed against the edges of the walls, in the corners and the ceilings, there are cocoons. Small cocoons, wrapped everywhere. They're maybe 3 feet tall at most, and thin, most of them smaller than that. While you take a moment to think about that, let's go back and check in on... Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot to actually move you to the map.
I zoomed in on the map because I was like, huh.
For everybody. But yeah, so let's take a moment and come back over to Paul and Moptop.
And so then that flirtatious halfling barmaid said, "Well, that's what I told him." Like, maybe you had to be there.
And that's how all the wine got on the table?
Right. And oh, what a fool. But it was a fun evening. Well, I'm pretty sure there's no food in the kitchen, so maybe we should.
Oh, you didn't want to give everything a taste test?
I did. I gave this thing the smell test, and it did not pass.
Look, I think that's an apple over there. I know you like them.
I do like apples.
You want to take the apple?
I think this was an apple before I was born.
I will try to grab fruit with each of my hands and juggle them and throw them at Paul.
I need... Oh, God. What is your strength as a 1 foot tall fairy?
My strength is 4, and it's 1.5 feet tall.
1.5. Apologies. Okay, sure. Why don't you give me an agility roll to see how well you manage all 5 pieces of fruit at once?
An agility roll. Okay.
Or finesse, if you'd like. That's the other option, right?
Can we go agility?
Up to you. Either one.
You know what? Yeah, let's just do agility. Yeah. Okay. What am I doing for that? I'm rolling.
Your
How many
duality
points?
dice, and then adding your
That's it?
agility modifier to it.
That's a 23 with fear.
23 with fear. Okay.
And because I rolled with fear and I am Seaborn, I put a token on my community card that I can use to help me out later.
Nifty. We'll come back to that later if and when it becomes relevant. But with a 23 with fear, I'll set my fear token here, and we will say that yes, you were able to very deftly juggle 5 pieces of fruit that you, in very rapid succession, all as they reach the same hand, just whirl over at Chapal, where they kind of bounce off of him, spattering him with bits of rotten fruit.
Oh, Mop, why did you? I mean, like, Its clothes don't grow on trees.
Oh, I mopped it up.
And at that moment, At that moment, the oven lights, not on fire, just lights with fire. Inside the oven, flames reach up and quickly cast a warm glow on the room. And the smell of something cooking, it smells vaguely of pork, I think, reaches your nose. It smells good. It's been well seasoned.
I don't know, Mop. Everything in this place has been kind of a letdown so far. Maybe we should just leave that be and go to another room.
It's not calling to you?
Well, I've still got mostly rotten fruit. It's much closer to my nostrils than the whatever's cooking over there. Kind of lost my appetite.
Yeah, I don't remember starting a pig, so.
Yeah, gonna go up in that room through this kind of little deal and open this door.
Oh, wait, did we turn it off?
I think the house will take care of it. It seems to be doing its own thing.
Okay, I'm gonna fly away, but I'd like to throw an apple at the oven while I do that.
As you attempt to fly away, as you start to move away from the oven, you hear a sudden shout, a raspy "No!" and then a charred human hand reaches beyond the oven and lightning fast dashes forward, trying to grab you. I will need an agility reaction roll now.
Okay, 14 with hope.
14. You are just barely able to manage to kind of turn your body and dart through the air as the hand closes in where you were, where it would have grabbed firmly onto your leg. The body pulls itself from the oven, now standing full, charred but flaming and burning, and constantly screaming out in pain. It charges forward towards you.
It charges forward towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I have several arms.
That's true.
So I am like a true brave person, just going to like cover myself with my arm.
Mop Top creates a cocoon of arms in front of herself. I'm sorry.
Herself, how dare you?
Yeah. And the flaming creature swings at Mop Top. That is a 12 to hit.
If it matches, does that hit?
I believe so. Beats it.
Okay,
So your evasion
then I
is
won't
12?
play with it. No, it's 10, but I have a thing
I
that
see.
I could use that. But yeah.
Alright, then... Let me get some dice. Just find that before Max tries to eat it. There we go. Alright, that is 15 points of physical damage.
Okay. Well, as seeing that happen, I'd like to. Seeing Mop Top get hit, I'd like to kind of take my hand and kind of lift her further up out of the way, pretty much out of reach of a normal human. If this is, in fact, normal human size.
Roughly.
Just kind of
Everything grabbing me.
come back under. Well, no, it's just on the top of the hand. Just then come back under with the rapier and see if I can stab it while it's potentially distracted by the higher floating fairy.
Alright. I'll allow as you come in off out of a side, moving its quarry farther from it and attacking all in one motion, that you may attack with advantage. Add a d6 to your dice.
Okay. That is a. Oh, geez, that's really bad. 5. No, wait, I have some attack here, right? 5 plus 4, so that's 9 with hope. No, with fear.
A 9 with fear.
Yeah.
You said a 9 with fear.
Yeah.
I have prayer dice that I rolled at the start of the session.
Okay.
And I have 8 of them, and I can use any number to aid myself or an ally within far range. I can reduce incoming damage, add to a roll's result after the roll is made, or gain hope equal to the result.
Wow.
So he has 9. I will give him 3 in hope that helps that.
Wow. So you're adding the number 3, or you're using 3 dice?
I'm adding 3 to his.
Okay, great.
Roll.
So that brings that 9 to a 12, still with fear, but that does turn what was a miss into a hit. So go ahead and roll damage for me. Meanwhile, let's circle back to Mop Top real fast. 15 points of physical damage. What does that translate to for you? For those at home watching, Daggerheart uses a very different way of dealing damage, which is very nice in terms of stopping anything from dying too quickly. It separates damage from health by putting what are called thresholds into place that are set by your class, modified by your armor and items, that sort of thing. You have 2 real thresholds that matter. There's a threshold between minor and major damage, and a threshold between major and severe damage. When a number reaches into one of those thresholds, you take either 1, 2, or 3 points, or 3 hit points of actual damage out of your total hit point pool. Additionally, we are playing with an optional rule of brutal damage. If anybody ever takes total damage equivalent to double their severe damage threshold, they will take 4 points instead.
Oh, so you were talking about my 15 damage?
Yes, correct.
Okay, yeah, so that was minor damage for me, so I marked 1.
Okay, great.
Because mine is 17 or lower.
Okay, great. And so everybody's aware they have 2 stats here that matter. Rather than having an armor class, they have an evasion, which is what the attack roll rolls against, and then they have an armor stat. The armor stat does not stop an incoming attack, but you have a number of armor slots based on the armor that you're wearing, and whenever you take damage, you may choose to mark off up to one of those slots to reduce the damage by one threshold. So if you took major damage, you could spend an armor slot to move it to minor. Or if you took minor damage, you can spend an armor slot to take it to nothing. That's another resource that the players have to manage as they go through, and something that perhaps they can toss your way if they want help making those decisions. Nonetheless, let's get back to the action as Chapal thrusts his rapier into this creature, and as it does, the body starts to crumble around where the rapier pushed in. The body just burnt to a char and, literally turning to dust as the rapier punctures its stomach. But as it does so, the creature cries out in anger and agony at the same time, and it lights a blaze, no longer just charred, now an inferno in and of itself. The fire is difficult for both of you to be near. It sucks the air from your lungs, and as it does so, it yells. And it concentrates, and the fire heats the tip of your rapier. And that heat travels up the blade to your hand, where it stings and deals 1 point of physical damage.
Okay. Damage done.
The spotlight is back to you. What do you do?
Does it matter how much damage we did to him?
It does. Roll your damage.
It is 17.
17. With that thrust, Chapal is able to not just injure this creature, and while the creature has time to mount its counterattack, as it, summons up that internal fire to burn back at its attacker. With a wail of despair and sadness, no longer anger, the creature turns to dust and lies as a floor of inert charcoal on the ground.
Told you we should have left the pork alone.
I was just trying to turn the oven off with an apple.
Yeah. Right. Alright, well, I'm gonna put the hot rapier back in its scabbard, holster, sheath, whatever sort's going. And just kind of shake my hand out and say, all right, let's go. Let's go somewhere else.
Lead the way, Chip. Brave adventurer.
Well, I mean, technically, they'd attacked us first, right? It's not like I'm jumping in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that was not.
I will point out that I did probably save your life there, though. So.
Oh, you did. I was scared. I couldn't see through my fingers.
Right. It was the cocoon. Anyway,
I call it my armor.
Okay. Let's go this way. I'm just gonna go through the side door and go north.
I'm gonna follow Chip, and as he is walking, I'm floating around, and I'm using my hands to tap on his shoulders on the back.
As Chip is harassed forward into the next room, you find yourself entering a sitting room. It has several very nice couches upholstered in almost pure but slightly off-white leather, with kind of gray piping against it. There are dark hardwood tables and stools set about. There are a couple bookcases with books of a less academic type than what would have been found in a library by Kamed, who we will get back to very shortly. But you realize very quickly that you are once again looking at this house as it was. No dust, everything pristine. And there is, directly ahead of you, a small boy sitting on the couch, his back to you, leaning over a small table in front of him, sniffling. I don't wanna. Standing behind him to either side are both of his parents. Son, you are of Weiss, and that means you have certain obligations. That means you need to prepare. And with that, the taller man reaches out and just backhands the boy's head, who lets out a very small, very stifled shout, but he very quickly stops making any noise. This is not new to him. The woman
I'd kind of reach out for a second and then be like, all right, ghosts.
Your hand passes through. Even as you try to stop yourself, it just swirls through the image. But as you step forward, you see the boy leaning over the table, sniffling, but trying to compose himself. And you see, laying on the table before him, is a sleeping baby bunny. Surrounding that bunny is a magic circle etched into the table. And in the boy's hand is a knife. And with that, the image disappears. And we'll stop with you for the moment and move back over to Comet. John. After your encounter with the spider, what are you doing?
Okay, yeah, so if damage was relevant to that attack against the spider, it was 21. I'm gonna... This door is still open at the bottom of it, right?
Absolutely.
Like, I never closed it behind myself.
Yeah, the door is still open behind you back into the game room.
Does the game room appear to still be on fire to me here?
No, it seems normal, dusty, old.
How about now?
Now it appears brand new.
Oh, hell, okay.
And our ensemble appears again.
Okay.
The man is leaning against the table, holding onto a cue stick. The boy is standing up on his toes, holding a cue stick of his own, trying to aim a shot that he's a little too short to make properly. But his father just looks at him, a small smile on his lips, honestly, as he tries. You see the woman sitting in the chairs by the fire, kind of slouched over, elbows on her knees, head in her hands, and she seems to be crying softly. Neither the boy nor the father have made any indication that they care, but they couldn't not notice as she has to stifle a sob every few moments. The apparition disappears and you're left once again in the dusty, old game room. Nothing left on the table but a cracked cue stick and a half cue ball. The door to the entry hall is still open. But before we continue, I think we're at a good time to take a short break. Let everybody, take care of what they need to. Let us come back to what we were doing. Welcome back, everybody. We left the party scattered across the home, having made some progress deeper into the house. Let's let the audience pick. No need to put a poll up for this one. Who do you want us to go back to first?
It's been 5 minutes. I forget all of the names again.
With
Feel free to
Giants.
use their actual names. That's fine.
I want the giant man.
So I've heard Wisteria and Chipal. Alright. I'm gonna put a little GM weight on this one and say, I think Wisteria is where we should go back to. So Josh, Wisteria stands in a room covered in spider webs and cocoons of spider silk. And I'll say, because of the roll you already made, you don't need to make another roll to see this. The webbing around here is alive with spiders, and not just the microscopic kind. Spiders ranging from those tiny ones that had crawled on your hand before, up until spiders the size of your hand weave in and out of the web all over this room, over the cocoons, constantly maintaining the line of webs all over this place.
Okay. So we're all still learning this program a little bit. So I want to try to like freeze basically and at least try to be stealthy.
Okay.
And as a rogue and an elf, I have like a lot of different ways that can be done. Mm-hmm. And also I have an experience with wilderness survival. So I don't know what we need to do for that. So like as a wildborn, I'm a Lightfoot, meaning I'm naturally silent on my feet. Mm-hmm. And then as a class feature, I also have cloaked, which means when you would be hidden, you're cloaked instead. Mm-hmm. Correct. And then my experience is growing up in the forest, I'm able to vanish when animals and things come close.
Sure.
Just from living off the land.
Then let's let's see a hide roll then, which is more specifically a finesse roll. But let's power it up a bit. Obviously, you'll have your finesse stat to add, but if you want to spend a hope to power that experience, we can also add whatever that experience's modifier on top of it. And if any of those other things you listed modify the roll, add those in as well.
Yeah, the Lightfoot and the cloaked are just like mechanics. They're not bonuses, really.
Okay, I'm going to give you advantage on the roll because of them, though.
Okay.
Increase the actual, to me that makes sense. So add a d6 to your roll.
Okay. 15, 18 plus 3, 21 with hope.
21. You silently and quickly manage to move yourself kind of into a corner against a wall and object without touching anything. You're standing on the webbing and disturbing it, but you don't seem to be drawing the attention of any of the spiders. They do seem to be ignoring you. There's no way they don't see you, but you're surreptitious enough that they pay you no mind, and you are well hidden should anything else pop its way in. A room this small that it's difficult to understand, but there is movement. There are shadows, and a skilled rogue is able to move from shadow to shadow, from object to object, breaking line of sight with anything that might come in. But for the moment, you are hidden and ready to evade detection.
Okay. So I have, just to recap, I did see the stairway from the ghostly apparition, correct?
Correct. You saw one of the apparitions go down the stairs through that door, if you could see my ping.
Okay, yeah, they did. Okay, so I take a moment, focus, and try to use psychic abilities to let the party know where I am. Because you never know, sometimes latent psychic abilities become relevant. But after a moment, I decide probably that my best course of action is to go back from where I came. Is the door still open?
It is.
Okay. Because I feel like I found where we need to go, so now we need to regroup. Plus, I don't really want to fight a room full of giant spiders by myself.
There is wisdom in this.
So yeah, I guess I'm going to try to make my way back to the door.
Yeah, you carefully make your way out of the room and are, molested as you go. You move back into that kind of in-between room. The door to the grand hall is still open. And as you move, everything seems dirty, dusty, abandoned. There are no visions of the past. There's no movement, as you can see. Just the quiet oppressiveness of this house as you move back into the hallway. That said, as you come into the hall, through an open door, you do see Kamed coming into the game room from the library.
Oh, is that door open?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hey, come in.
What? Where are you?
I'm right outside the room. I can see you.
Oh. Can I see him? Is he not cloaked?
No, you can see him. He
Okay.
he was hiding before, but that doesn't mean he's invisible.
But
She is.
Hey,
here,
fucked up shit going on in here.
yeah, there's fucked up shit going on everywhere. But I found the stairs to the basement.
I found a hole in the ceiling that some death spider tried to yank me up through.
Oh, goody! There's a bunch of spiders in the room that we have to pass through to get to the stairs of the basement.
Okay, well, I shot that one. I don't know what happened. It just, I don't know if it ran away or what, but it let me go. Said something about, I will protect them.
That's not ominous at all.
No, I thought it seemed great. We should find the other ones, probably,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, they went off this direction.
Yeah, I think they went into the larder or kitchen.
And as
Yes,
you
we'll
make
follow,
your
I
way
guess, yeah.
through, the door to the kitchen is still open. But as you pass the bird statue, it attacks.
Oh.
Alright.
That is a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is at Wisteria, by the way. Conrad, you are behind him in the room.
Remind me, does armor get added to evasion?
No, so armor is a number of slots that you can expend up to 1 per attack to lower the damage by a threshold.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, my evasion's only 15.
Yeah, so you're only taking 4 points of physical damage as the bird suddenly coming to life pecks down right at your neck. It gouges you, but not deeply.
Okay.
Kamed, still further back in the room. See you slipping ahead.
Oh, I'm behind him. Okay.
You hear the deep basso snarling growl as the other animal in the room wakes up behind you.
Cool.
What do you guys do?
I will immediately turn and fire at the target, at the tiger.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Alright. This 5. 11. 16 with hope.
16 with hope definitely hits. Take your hope. Roll damage from it.
Alright. 16. Take my hope. I'm gonna immediately spend that hope to make it my focus as well.
Okay. And explain
As
to
a
us
ranger.
what your focus is. I know it's a bit like a hunter's mark from D&D, but real quick.
Yeah, similar. So I know precisely what direction it's in. When I deal damage to them, they must mark a stress. And when I fail an attack against them, I can end the focus to re-roll the attack.
Nifty. Okay. It is so focused. Your vision kind of comes down to a tunnel for a moment as you stare at this tiger in the eye, as you let the arrow loose and watch the arrow flying down the tunnel of your vision and striking directly in the tiger's chest with a deep thunk. It snarls out in anger and pain. How much damage was it?
17.
17, that's major damage. 2 points of health against the tiger.
It's major, you said? Major,
yes.
not severe?
Major.
Okay. Anytime I deal severe, they also have to take a stress.
Does he take a stress for the focus? Or is it just for severe?
It does take a... well, here's the question. It says, on a success, deal your attack damage, normal damage, and temporarily make the attacks target your focus. So I'm not sure if the stress thing happens on the first hit or if only on subsequent.
I'll mark a stress for now. We'll come back to it later.
Okay.
That's fine. Not a question we need to dig into now.
Okay.
The momentum is on your side after that attack. What do either one of you want to do?
I think I kind of like twirl my quarterstaff to get a little bit of distance between like a little breathing room from this pecking little bird.
Sure. Parry
And then I'm
back
just
bird
gonna
attack. Go for it.
yeah, and then just kind of like spin it and try to kabong it on the head.
Perfect. Give me the roll.
And that's still just the hope die and the fear die, right?
Yep. Duality dice, unless we clearly call for something else.
Is it a crit if they're the same number?
Correct. A crit
Yeah.
in Daggerheart is not measured by the value being maxed. It is, in fact, whenever both dice match. So there is no hope, there is no fear, there is just the crit.
Okay, I rolled double 9s.
Double 9s, great. So that is a crit. The value does not matter. Somebody remind me. So I know you gain a hope, of course.
You gain
I
a
think
hope.
you also clear a stress.
I think you might clear a stress and I'm looking. I think you might clear a stress and a
No, it's gain a hope and clear a stress. Okay.
Is that what it is?
So I don't know if you have any marked. I think you did actually have one marked, didn't you?
Yeah, I do have one
so
stress,
you can
yeah.
clear that stress now. Gain a hope if you have room for it. And then give me the damage. Now this is a crit. So crits in Daggerheart by default are fun. So instead of doubling your dice or doubling the rolled amount or anything like that, they take the maximum damage of your damage die, and then you roll the dice again and add it to it. So whatever the most
Okay, so my
damage
staff is 30 plus 9.
is what 3
It's 3d10.
3d10 plus 9.
Yeah,
So that is 39 points of damage plus 3d10.
which is another 18, so 48.
48 points of damage. That
I don't know
brutal.
about sneak attack.
that is.
Do I get a sneak attack or no? Only when the ally is in melee range.
Oh, okay. Is that how that works? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm still catching up on all that, but no, not in this case then. But it doesn't matter. You strike hard at this thing's neck, and you just feel that perfect connection of a quarterstaff right into its spine, and you just feel it crumble. The bird lets out a quick squawk. The neck cracks and folds in on itself, and the creature falls to the ground, dead. That's you deal 4 points of damage in one attack.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess just to finish off my little thing, I'm gonna put my staff on my back and pull my bow off my shoulder.
Great. And at that point, I am going to spend one of my fear tokens and spotlight the tiger as it takes a moment, still growling in anger, blood dripping down from the arrow sticking out of its chest. It leaps directly at Komet and makes an attack roll. That is an 8 to hit.
No.
Komet very deftly manages to just duck underneath of it, throwing his bow up to fend off the tiger and launching it over and across the room. I don't actually have a token for the tiger, but it's over here.
If there's no token, does it really exist?
Yes, it does. Or maybe it's an
Not for long.
illusion. You should stick your head in it and find out.
I'd like to follow like the like follow along from having kind of jolted it around me or over me, and whirl and just fire again at it.
Perfect. Give me a roll.
That is it's gonna hit. It's 21 to hit with hope.
With hope. Okay, take your hope.
I am rolling hope like a
We
motherfucker.
are swinging toward the party. That is kind of how this game can go. We'll see if the fear starts popping up later. Go ahead and roll damage, because that'll certainly hit.
So that's 3d6 plus 5, which is fucking great. Jesus. 17, 22 damage.
22 damage, yeah.
He also marks a stress.
He marks a stress, and this moves it into severe damage this time.
Then it's 2 stress.
2 stress marked. 3 points of damage on top of the 2 from earlier. The tiger is looking real bad, but I am going to spend a fear to spotlight him again at this point, and he is going to come charging again for combat, who he is quite angry at, if you can imagine.
That's fair.
That is a 13 to hit.
Also no.
Really? What is your evasion?
My evasion is 18.
Wow.
I'm a Simia, I'm a Wayfinder Ranger, I have Untouchable, and I have armor that gives me +1
That is
evasion.
impressive.
That's crazy.
Once again, the tiger comes in, and Kamed just pirouettes around it, batting it in the back of the head and knocking it over off to the side, where it kind of bounces off the statue and lands on its feet, ready but angry and disoriented. Wisteria, what are you doing? You brought your bow out earlier.
Yeah, I think as the tiger gets kind of batted away, I use the opportunity while it's on its back paw, I guess, to shoot it with my bow.
Yeah, give me the roll.
Oops, hang on, I forgot to equip my bow. See, attack with agility. 16 plus 4, 20 with fear for the attack.
20 with fear. That hits.
Okay. And 3d6. There's no token, but is Comet within melee range with it since he just bashed it? Or
Yes, I will say that it's right here at the moment, so he is in melee range. If that triggers your sneak attack, feel free. Go ahead and give me damage.
Okay. Bear with me a second. It's a lot of dice. 17 is the straight attack, and then adding the sneak attack, another 3d6. 17, 18, 21, 27 damage.
Beautiful. Once again, we are in the severe threshold as another arrow comes flying in. This one not landing in the flank or the chest. This one takes the tiger right between the eyes, and you hear the thunk as it penetrates, and the tiger twitches once. But the tiger's eyes gleam, and they start to glow from within, the colors of an ember as a fire dies out. But that quickly changes from that orangish red into something burning white, and the tiger lets out a ferocious growl even as it does so, it coughs and blood spatters forward onto Kamed, but it is engulfed in flame. A charred, burning husk of a tiger, clearly still on its last leg. It is falling as it attempts this, but with all the energy and anger that this beast has left in it, it makes one flaming paw strike at Kamed, and this time it is going to roll with advantage. But Kamed's excellent evasion allows him to duck out of the side of it, merely marking a stress as the flaming tiger comes very close to tearing a piece of Kamed's face off.
That does sound stressful.
Some of the
It is very stressful.
Fur, the orange fur on Kamed's face and neck is singed and burned, and the smell of it fills your nose. But as that ends, the tiger does fall, charred and crumbling onto the ground.
Oh, was that Blaze of Glory? Out of character?
No.
Did I get Blaze of Glories?
That was a very
that's
specific adversary feature that I was activating there. But, not a bad way to think about that. We will get to that later, guys, if it comes up. Daggerheart deals with death in some interesting ways.
Well, that went okay.
Yeah, you good?
I didn't even get hit. He just got really close a few times.
I got a minor boo-boo from this bird.
It's a little freaky when fire tiger tries to hit you, but
shrug it off.
The bird squeaks
like
a squeaky toy when you kick it.
Okay, then I'll just continue through the door unless there's something else.
Sure. You continue through, and you can hear conversation from to your right as you enter. The voices of Mop Top and Chapal coming through. And let's come over and focus on them. What are you two up to right now?
Yeah, and that's really the key to being a great actor. So I'm sitting on the couch. My knees are up at probably eye level because it's a normal size chair and I'm not a normal size person. I'm just, trying to impart some of the things that I've learned over the last couple of years. Yeah. So you just sell it, make them believe it, and everyone enjoys it.
Yeah, I feel I feel like I just missed like all of what you said though.
Well, I mean, certainly a more experienced actor would have a more commanding presence. I am working on it. Just gotta, we're finding the sparks of confidence here and there. I should have said sparks of confidence in this house, but we're
All
finding
right.
confidence in this house, and things are okay. But
Yeah, yeah.
like I'm getting better.
Right on my hand. Sparks of confidence.
Yeah, and that I think really is the biggest thing that you need.
Well, thank you, Chip, because I always wondered.
Yeah, that's it. So, like any good actor, you've got to be able to blend seamlessly into your surroundings, make people really listen to how
Oh,
you say something more than what you say.
yeah, I get it because the way you're on the chair, right? You're doing it
Yes,
now.
see,
It's like you
yes,
belong in this
seamlessly,
musty old house.
exactly. But if I arch my back slightly, I can make myself appear smaller, which
Uh-huh.
it's again one of those little tips, tricks of the trade.
You don't look very small, mister. A quiet, childlike voice whispers from across the room.
No, he is. He's blending.
I mean, I'm
Looks
getting
big to
better.
me. And if you look over, there is a young boy, probably 10, dressed kind of in threadbare clothing, dirty, kind of malnourished face, looking over at you. It is at this point that Kamed and Wisteria also join, coming up into the sitting room with you.
Is the kid like there, or is it like a ghost-looking kid?
So the apparitions largely
Oh,
have
almost
had
spoken
kind of
on.
a transparent, almost, just a very barely translucent quality to them. This kid seems solid, more like the children you met on the road.
I
It
would like
doesn't look like the
to.
that we've seen
No,
in the guests.
it is not. What was
Okay.
that one?
One of the other children that we saw.
What other children have you seen? I'm sorry.
Didn't we see other
We just saw
children at like the beginning?
So there's been two
two
children that you've
outside.
seen.
There were two.
There
Okay.
is the young boy who you saw outside and in some of these memories, and the young girl. This is neither of them. This is a young boy who is different than the other one.
Okay, well, I'd like to fly over to him very quickly and then like put my hands like shoo.
He kind of like bats at you. Why?
And this really isn't a good place for a kid.
Is it a
This
real
isn't a
one?
good place for an adult.
Yeah, as you get close and he's batting at you and you're shooting at him and your hands kind of clip and it feels solid to you.
Poke him a bunch.
Why are you poking me?
That's just what she does. Hey, how did you get in here?
I live here, mister. How did you get in here?
Well, we went in through the front door, and then the one that was on fire, and then the one that was flooded,
Oh,
and the one that was nice,
you shouldn't
and then
do
the
that.
kitchen with the burning man, and then now here, which is fairly nice still.
You should probably leave soon. Morelos isn't going to like it.
Who's Morelos?
He used to live here. He still lives here.
Okay. That's a weird way to say that someone lives here, but sure. I'll go with it for now. Say kid, when you you say you live here, is there a way in and out other than through the rooms that have been trying to kill us?
I didn't leave much, but my mom would just go out the front door. Until she couldn't anymore.
Okay. Hey, do you know where the basement is?
Mm-hmm. It's on the other side of the house, through the servants' quarters.
On Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah, I found the basement. I came to
Yeah,
find
we
you
already
guys.
know where the basement is.
Jesus, you scared the whatever.
Yeah, we're just behind you.
Hi, other strangers. What are you doing in my home?
And you said this one does not look like the child outside?
No, it looks. This is a third distinct child.
What are you doing here?
Thinking.
Neat. Hey guys, I think these are a bunch of ghosts, so I don't think we actually have to listen to
No,
them.
no, no. No.
This one
Mop's
I think
been
is real.
sparring with him.
She's been poking.
Yeah. I'll carry him with us.
Kid, who lives upstairs?
Will one of you stop her?
No one can stop her.
Just come here,
Kind of,
you little.
sounds
Way too
kinda
many
He
arms.
kind of
trying
like
to
runs
stop.
around, batting back up at you as he talks to you. We all live upstairs sometimes.
What just tried to yank me through the ceiling 5 minutes ago?
Oh,
Claims it's protecting someone. By the way, guys, that happened. You weren't there.
Oh yeah, we saw a guy who was on fire, and then
That's-
kind of wasn't on fire, but then was on fire afterwards.
that's
And then he made a spinner.
That sounds like that
Yeah.
tiger.
He tries to put in. That's Miss Karina.
And who is she protecting?
Us. Herself? It's confusing sometimes.
Who is us? Are
And
there
for-
more kids that live here?
Uh-huh. I have lots of brothers and sisters.
How many lots?
Starts.
At least 2 more.
I look at this kid. Does he look like a spider in a human suit?
He's trying to count, and he's running out of fingers, and he's recounting. A lot. More than this. Taking
I hold up my
taking
fingers.
a close look, no, he does not seem like a spider in a human suit.
In a human suit.
Upon closer
Okay,
inspection,
just making
he
sure.
is in fact an elf, a young elf, a very young elf. Still very much a child physically as well, but you do see that underneath his long kind of shaggy hair, he does have the pointed ears of an elf, and kind of the fine features that are less apparent on children, as most children are a little more fey-like at that point.
Does she protect you upstairs? From what dangers? From the basement?
She protects us from Morellis,
Where is Morellis?
where he wants to be.
Oh, yes. Where does he want to be?
I imagine it changes from time to time. Sometimes I like to be in the kitchen.
It's fair. I really thought that would work.
But he might be upstairs. He's up there a lot. That's where it happened.
Do you know about someone's dad maybe being stuck in the basement with a monster? Is that something that, like, does that spark a,
Morellis is the
like a
only
recent
dad here.
memory?
I don't think he's in the basement. He tries to go there sometimes, but he can't get in.
Why is that?
Door's locked.
Okay. I look back at Wisteria. Is the door locked?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized you were asking me a question.
Is
I
the
didn't.
door locked?
I did not try the door to the basement because the room is full of giant spiders, and I did not want to get cocooned up like what other creatures are cocooned up in the
Just
servants'
throw an oil
quarters.
lamp in there.
Well, we've already had house on fire, so I didn't feel like I wanted to do that again.
The kid kind of shudders.
I mean, house normal. House is normal. Everything's good and safe.
That's probably not true.
Well,
That's
okay. Thanks,
definitely
creepy
not
kid.
true. Do you know where the key to the basement is? little boy? Is there a key?
Karina usually has it. She keeps it on herself.
Can you run and let Miss Karina know that we need to speak with her?
I don't think I want to do that.
I don't think I want you to do that either. What is wrong with you?
Oh, we got the key. We got to get the key.
I can pick a lock. You've seen me do it dozens of times.
Yeah, but like there's like. What about the kids with the? Like he's gonna like. Shoot, are we leaving the kids here?
I don't know what's happening. I feel like the scope of Save Man from Basement has spun wildly out of proportion since we walked into this death trap.
Yes, we didn't even get a change order.
Kid was staring at you like he's watching a TV show.
Did you ask how much we were gonna get? No, we weren't gonna get anything for this.
They were children. They're not giving a shit.
And I'm not even sure at this point, since we saw an apparition of the kid outside, that he's even real. I don't know if any of this is real.
Oh, but he was outside the house. Can a ghost go outside? Is that a thing?
Maybe this place is an illusion. Maybe it's a time warped zone. I don't really care.
There is a weird time situation going on here.
Yes.
Right?
I've
We
seen
walk
that
into a
too.
room and we see a different time. We see it when the evil rich people lived here and
Hey kid,
terrified
why
servants.
is your house all timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly?
The house remembers.
Okay.
We try to.
What does
Can
it
it remember a
remember?
time
The house
when the
remembers.
basement door was unlocked?
If these
What
walls
happened
can talk.
upstairs?
Sometimes they do.
Okay, real question. You ready, kid?
Will you stop
Are you still
poking
poking
me?
him?
Fine.
Okay.
Okay. What's the most expensive thing in this place?
Oh, that's Morales' sword.
Okay, so if I steal the sword from one type of room, and then we light the house on fire, can I have the sword again? Do I get 2 swords?
What?
What?
Can I
There's
steal the
only
sword
one
from every
sword.
room?
One.
Yeah, but then the rooms change. Okay, so if I take this candlestick over here, and then the room changes, is there another candlestick and I can take the candlestick?
I don't
No,
know.
he couldn't. He couldn't get the towel out of the one.
You can try.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, take the candlestick to the kitchen.
The house might
I
not
take
like
a candlestick.
Kid, what does the house remember?
As you take the candlestick, you pick it up.
Mhm.
Do you leave the room with it, or?
No, not yet.
Okay, just pick it up. You have it.
Just pocketing it.
Sure. So what did you say, John?
Kid, what does the house remember? What happened upstairs that the house remembers?
There was that one time with Morales and Lady Alabel. And there was my mom, and then there was Christy's mom, and Ari's mom. A lot of moms. The house remembers them. And there were others. They bring them in the back door. They never came out.
Where did they take them within the house? To the basement?
Sometimes. Sometimes the kitchen. Maybe they made them work.
Yeah, work. Sounds right.
The more this kid talks, Wisteria's face is just getting more and more distraught, like,
The kid's just sitting there trying to remember, like he's thinking about his, like, the last time he went out on a trip with his parents or something, just... Sorry, I have a very anxious pup over here hiding under my desk.
Kid, does the house always look like this for you? Or does it look like the dirty bits? Or does it look like the on fire bits?
The house looks the way the house wants to look.
Uh-huh.
Why would it be anything else? Do you always look the same?
Well, no. In my profession as an actor, I typically have to alter my appearance to fit.
Everyone but him
Have
does
you
look
been
the
in
same
any
all the time.
famous plays?
Okay. Well,
My mom
oh,
used to like
yes,
your plays.
absolutely. Tons. Yes. Like just
What's your name?
last year. What? Chipal, Bear Bearer.
Oh, I've never heard of you.
Well, you don't get out much, and you've already said so.
That's rude.
Yes. I mean, I thought I played a very convincing tree last year.
And with that, the child just
You did. You did.
turns to mist and disappears. You are
See?
once again alone in the room.
See, I don't like kids, but you really don't like kids, Chip.
I don't like kids either.
Well, they get all smart. They just they don't appreciate good act. Wonderful imaginations, horrible sense of culture.
I've never heard of you, a disembodied voice says.
That boy ain't
Okay, now
right.
you're just being a dick, kid.
All right. So are you guys done over here lounging
like-
about while we fight everything else in the house?
Oh yeah.
Because this kid's got me
We did have
got me a
a
little
lot.
riled up now. So okay, honest opinions on this, and I'm going to do a just a brief monologue on where I played the second understudy to
As soon as he starts,
one of the
I'm gonna open
extras
the door to
in
the
the
right.
play
You say you open the door
several
to the
years
right?
ago at the
Yep.
theater troupe.
Just walk away.
As you open the door on the right, in the middle of Chapal attempting to impress, I don't know, the house, the ghost, you guys, the door
Well-
opens, and suddenly the entire house snaps again into that fresh, new home, and you are staring at a immaculately appointed dining room with a table that is much too long for its occupants. Sitting at one end on the chair nearest to you is the Lady Albel. And to her left on the side is the young boy. Kind of staring at a plate in front of him, holding a silver fork and just kind of pushing things around on it, looking kind of dour. Lady Albel is taking a small bite of the steak on her plate, taking a sip of wine. And on the far end of the table, in the chair to the farthest right, across from you guys, seeming to meet your eyes as you open the door, is the Lord Morellis, who is sitting, staring directly at the door, directly where you entered. But he seems lost in thought. A moment later, Austin, you're going to need to eat. It doesn't matter. You need your strength. Tomorrow's the big night. You need to be ready. And he starts to stand up, and very quickly Justin starts eating. Lady Albel sips her drink and looks at her husband, and you see kind of a frown cross her face just for a moment before it disappears again under kind of a serene mask, and she just quietly says, looking down at her plate, "Couldn't you wait another year? He's so young, dear." I took the test when I was his age. My father took the test when he was his age. Every eldest Weiss has taken the test at his age. There is no discussion. Tomorrow night is the night, and he will succeed, won't you, son? Yes, sir. And the child, Justin, looks ashen. His face is pale, his hand shakes a bit, but he forces himself to take a bite of the food and stick it in his mouth, and you see him make a face. He really does not enjoy what he just put in his mouth, but he chews it and swallows it, like forcing himself, and then takes a big gulp of it. What you can see is a glass of probably watered down wine, and he just kind of stares at his plate and just says again, "Yes, sir." And Lady Annabelle sighs and He's just so young. And the room fades again into the dusty, broken down version of the dining room. The table is chipped in places, some of the chairs are broken, but the 3 seats that you saw being used a moment before are clean. Not pristine. There's a bit of dust, but no cobwebs, no breaks. They are pushed in and carefully and somewhat well taken care of. There are place settings at each of the seats that are empty with a tiny bit speckling of dust, but they are clean. As you enter the room now, you hear a scraping in the ceiling above you, and quietly a voice whispers, "You should leave this place. Nothing good will come of meddling."
What's your name?
I am the mistress, Karina, and I will protect these children. You should leave.
We could help protect the children.
You cannot help protect the children. He'll have them. Leave. And you hear a skittering again above you through the ceiling, and then you sense that you are alone again.
So I'm pretty sure that's the thing that tried to pull me up last time.
Finish giving my monologue, and anyone within earshot gets a.
Yeah, I sat on the couch watching you. They went in there. I sat down to watch you.
Anybody who heard me do the thing has now been rallied and gets a rally die, which is bardic inspiration. It's
Hooray
basically
for
you can
being
use it on
stupid.
You all get it.
action
You all
rolls,
could hear him.
reaction rolls, and damage rolls. So not
Really,
attack rolls, but damage rolls.
I've heard him do this 1,000 times, so
Does it still
It's a
affect?
D8.
Yeah, the comforting routine of Chapal being a jackass. No, of Chapal really actually trying to be the actor that he is, the artist that he is. You may act tired of it, but at the end of the day, this is part of your routine. And here, in a room, in a world that is very much not the norm, there is comfort in Chapal doing his shtick. You're all rallied.
I stand up from the couch, trying to lighten the mood as well, clapping, "Bravissimo! Bravissimo! Encore!"
Oh.
A small child appears next to Asteria, also clapping. This is a young
Jesus!
girl, maybe 8 years old. Again!
I can
Then she
scoot
disappears.
on the other side.
Yeah. Alright, so what are they doing? Some kind of weird ritual with this kid? It's gotta be.
it sounded like they wanted him to eat his vegetables. And I agree with that. I'd have 7 arms if I ate my vegetables.
Well, maybe just 6 hands.
We don't talk about that.
Matt, is there like any kind of... You said they were elvish, right?
The one child was. The one who appeared next to you was a halfling child, in fact.
Okay, and the people that we're discussing in the dining room?
Human. All of them.
Human. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah,
then.
the family itself is all human.
Fairly as human.
Or the family you've been seeing, I should say.
I was going to ask if there was like any obscure coming of age ritual I could think of, but never mind.
So let's take stock of where we are, right? We've been to, I guess, not quite every room on this floor. We've all seen some crazy shit. We know there's some kind of weird spider death lady demon that's protecting the children upstairs. We know they were going to make the son do something he and the mother were uncomfortable with. In the library, briefly before I was attacked by that spider lady, there was a parchment with some kind of, it looked like a summoning circle written on it, but it disappeared. I feel like it's got to be some kind of ritual that went horribly wrong and is the source of the curse for the house.
Could you draw it out?
If we have drawing materials, is there charcoal somewhere?
Sure. Well, in your what's the word I'm looking for here? Seasoned adventurers. You carry basic supplies, and being able to sketch things is useful.
Then yeah, I'll sketch up the symbol that I found on that parchment in the library.
Sure. I'll say, this is something that you've done many times. You've scouted and reported back. You're used to this, and you draw a convincing replica. You probably don't get all the details right, but you're not trying to replicate the magic, just the gist of it.
This was in some kind of red ink on a parchment, and I saw it as, I guess, part of one of those visions.
Chapal and Mop Top, you recognize this symbol. This is the same circle that you saw in the sitting room that was drawn around the rabbit on the table.
Ah. I think this is for summoning baby rabbits.
I feel like that can't be right.
It'd be useful, though.
Yeah, we saw it.
We saw it around a baby rabbit that had no business being in a house. They live outside, man.
As you say this, you feel something brush against your leg. And as you look down...
I'm going to squeal and get up onto one of the chairs in the dining room.
It collapses.
As you do so, it does, yes. It is not ready to support a giant suddenly jumping onto it. You look down and you see a small, translucent baby rabbit dash away into the corner.
That one was dead. That does not count. They still live outside when they're alive.
Did you just see it summon a rabbit?
Well, maybe you drawing it summoned the ghost of the rabbit. It was summoned by the original. Like a copy summons the copy. Makes perfect sense to me.
I don't know that much about magic, but I feel like it can't be that.
Well,
do it again. Draw it again and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'll draw it again. Does another spectral rabbit appear?
No.
Okay. Let's just stick out my tongue at everybody.
You did it wrong. Yeah, you did it wrong.
Yeah, obviously.
I feel like we either gotta go upstairs or
downstairs. You are well versed
downstairs.
in the arcane arts, my friend.
Okay, here's my genuine thoughts after experiencing this house. One of the two children outside, whether they're real or apparitions, it doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is they told us specifically to go to the basement. Now, on one hand, you could think of that as a trap. But on the other hand, when I was ranging through the woods, we would often see what we called wisps of spirits. And sometimes these wisps were angry or upset. They had some sort of business left unfinished, and it could cause all kinds of strange things to happen. Maybe those two kids are trying to have some sort of something done here in the house to release them. I don't know. But I don't think it's as black and white as whatever we have imagined when we walked into the house, that's for sure.
That was an excellent rundown of the situation, and I want to take that moment to pause and take a step back from the group and move a little over the table and come back to our audience, because we haven't worked them in a bit, and I want to get their thoughts. This house is cursed, to put it in a simple term. Our players now have seen quite a bit of scenes and memories of this house, and they're going to draw some conclusions from that, but I want you guys to guide them. Who do you think is to blame for the house's curse?
I'm just laughing because in my head it was just, family member names was all I had in my head. I didn't even realize we were given all the names of all the people in this family.
So to recap,
Definitely
so everybody's
same.
following up. Morellis is the father, Alabel the mother, Jocelyn the child, and Karina is the entity still in the house with you, who apparently looks after the children.
I don't know, there's something fishy about Karina.
Any other input?
I think the father's Morellis, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like the dad's always to blame. He was doing something sketchy and brought this on them.
I bet it's a twist where it's, he was very strict, but then someone else did something that actually caused it. But, yeah, I don't know. Probably, it's.
It's E, none of the above.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm on Team Karina, at least right now.
Okay.
I definitely think none of them are innocent.
None of them.
Not even the small boy. It's so sad.
Especially not him.
He's the most guilty.
No.
Why is the
Always watch out.
They all played their
Let me-
part.
Let me double check who's in voice for this. Why is the only person here with children the one who's tearing the children?
I know what they're capable of.
She knows.
Okay. Great. I just wanted to kind of hear where you guys are at. There's no clear answer, so I'm going to put the question back to the party and let them continue. They have heard what you said, and their characters will, in their own way, take that into account. But they will be free to make their own decision.
I figure we can either move up or move down at this point. Up is Karina, down is who knows. If we can get there.
I feel like this Karina character, like, that voice was... It was angry, but it was also, like, frantic about protecting these children. I don't feel like it was malevolent, necessarily.
No, but, I mean, we know the kid was going to be forced into something. Maybe she did something trying to protect him.
Remind me, was the boy afraid of Karina?
So, no, the young boy in the other room did not seem afraid of her. No.
But it was Morales, the father, that he said. I forget which one.
Yeah, Morales is the one that he seemed anxious of at the very least, if not outright frightened.
Have we found any evidence of who Karina was? Was she?
No, you've seen nothing from the past that that has brought her in yet. Your only references to Karina
So maybe she
are
was
the
like
members, the members of the house now and the present.
Maybe she was like the
Maybe.
not the wet nurse. Maybe she was just like the nurse for the kids.
Yeah.
Maybe he was trying to summon a full-sized rabbit and drew the thing too big and summoned the spider demon.
Yeah, that was probably it. But also, didn't that kid told us people would come in but they wouldn't leave. Sometimes they would go to the basement, and sometimes they would go to the kitchen. But none of these people ever left.
Hard college.
And didn't you fight
Sing
some
it for
kind
us,
of
Chip.
fire creature in there?
Yes, it was on. It reached out for mops, and I think it slapped you up pretty good, even through the armor.
Oh, I
It
was
reached out.
okay.
Oh, it just did. So it started cooking some pork, minding its own business, I will say. Mops threw an apple at the oven that was cooking the pork, and then, in retaliation, this creature, I will say, escalated the situation a bit more than what I would have normally deemed necessary. It could have thrown an apple back, but no, instead it actually went and tried to properly attack.
Well,
You
we
know.
fought a tiger who caught on fire. Fire seems to be a reoccurring theme.
Yes,
Is burnt
ours
down,
was also
maybe?
very ferocious, like a tiger. The man fought like a tiger.
I'm very confused how pork came into this situation.
No, we were just leaving. There wasn't anything good to eat in the kitchen. It was all spoiled. As you can tell by the stench that I will have to wash out of these clothes, which were my last clean set prior to embarking on this adventure. The food was all rotten, and we were going to leave, and I was stepping towards the other room, and then the oven turned on and started making what smelled like decent pork. I could really smell the coriander.
Talking a lot about this pork. Are you hungry?
It threw a bunch of fruit at him,
Uh,
but it wasn't good.
It did not throw a bunch of fruit at me.
That's what I remember.
It's done by a source much closer to home.
I
Anyway.
think we should go to the basement. This Karina character hasn't
I'm
done
willing to do
anything.
that.
Yeah, I mean, it just tried to,
It has attacked me, by the way.
well,
Just saying.
Look, come on,
But it didn't.
again.
It didn't hurt you. It didn't kill
Yeah,
you.
like you seem to be
It did
fine.
give up when I shot it.
Well, there you go then. It lacks willpower, so we can just, skedaddle down to the basement, do what we came here to do in the first place, and then leave this house behind us. Let's go maybe rescue a dad from the basement.
Or
to the basement.
Figure out what Dad did wrong in the basement.
Well, he locked himself in. That's the first thing.
Right, yeah.
Matt, the kid that asked us outside, who was wearing nice clothes, does he look the same as the child we've been seeing in the apparitions?
Yes, Justin is the child you've seen in the apparitions, and he is absolutely the same child who called for your help out on the road.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that. That's why Wisteria came up with the idea that maybe these were spirits, like, tethered from something.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll see if the one that the other kid told us was the bad guy is in need of saving, right? Or what?
Kids are usually pretty honest about people that make them feel uncomfortable or bad.
Yeah, but then why is Justin asking us to save his father? If he's like, I guess maybe he doesn't know that he's mistreating the other children.
Perhaps.
All right, you guys want to go to the basement? Check it out?
I mean,
Kill some spiders
no,
and
but
then...
I would like to leave the house, and that seems like the fastest way to do that.
We do have to figure out how to get past the massive amounts of spider webs and spiders. But we'll work that out.
Oh, we could light it on a
Very good at that.
F-I-R-E.
F-Y... Oh, yes, okay. No! Wait, are we here or did we get... Okay.
God, we're back in.
I'm just gonna walk through the butler entry if the door handle's not scalding. I'm gonna do like the little tappy taps.
It is quite hot, but it's not damaging you hot just yet, and you are able to quickly just get it open and throw the door open.
My leather gloves have a little burnt mark.
And clearing the room does...
Question, though, was...
Should bring you back.
Was Mop Top able to remove the candlestick? It was in her pocket. Is she stuck in that room now because she has the candlestick?
The pocket is now empty.
Okay.
Someone stole my candlestick.
There's a little gleeful laugh from the other room, like a child.
All right, well, show us to this basement door, and Kamed will watch your back.
Way. Does anyone look particularly injured or stressed?
You guys can report.
I have a boo-boo.
I'm
I showed the
very
little patch on my
mildly
armor.
injured and stressed. Not much.
I'm okay, thank you.
Okay, noted.
Okay, are we good?
Mm-hmm.
So I just go through the servants' quarters.
You open the way back to the room covered with blood and webbing and spiders. Left as it was before. The rest of the party gets their first look at the numerous cocoons strapped to the walls and corners. And as you look, they move ever so slightly. Wriggling
Yeah, I move away from the door so everyone
back
can
and
peek in
forth.
and see.
Take a peek.
Okay, you want me to
Just
drop them
gonna-
all?
Like, say, hey, Mops, can you fly in there and, like, maybe,
No.
like, poke open one of those cocoons, see what's in it?
Yeah, I'll fly right in there and I'll crawl on the ceiling too.
Just don't touch the
No,
spider
I'm not.
webs if you can.
I'm not gonna go
Okay.
in there.
I mean, just
I'm gonna take my axe and let's see. I have because I'm a divine wielder, I have a spirit weapon, and so my axe can fly from my hand and return to me. So that is what I shall do.
And what do you do with it?
I'm going to aim it at like the tippity of one of the cocoons,
Okay.
like from the ceiling, one of them.
Gotcha. Mop Top flings an axe with practiced ease, flying unerringly to the top of one of the cocoons strapped up in like a corner ceiling part of the room. But a moment before it can land, as perfectly as it would have, a shadow sweeps across the cocoon, and you hear a kind of squelch sound as the axe meets that shadow. There's a splash of blood, and the axe clatters down onto the webbed floor, and the webbing kind of muffling the sound. And then a moment later, the axe kind of absent-mindedly flies back to Mop Top.
I catch it with a different hand.
The blade has a spatter of red blood on it. A voice hisses from the other room. You will not touch them.
Ah.
so
Did we just kill a child?
No.
no.
No, we
something
just failed to kill a child.
It's Karina.
Yeah.
These are her children.
Well,
that
like,
she's
obviously
protecting.
knows that we're here, so gonna kind of take my rapier out again, kind of lean in around the door frame and like scrape up a bunch of like disturb the webs further in, right? I can reach pretty far with long arms, so I just kind of reach in and
With your hand?
like with the rapier
Oh, okay.
to like disturb the webs and that kind of
spiders swarm to the rapier, running up the length of it towards your hand as you disturb the webbing, and you hear a hiss from the corner in the shadows, and you see stepping away from it, leave the webbing alone. And you see a woman in her later middle years, very well put together. Her black hair in a tight braided bun, the curls falling down the side. Her makeup done perfectly, her lips crimson. Her eyes are closed as she looks at you. She is dressed immaculately in a kind of azure coat that is, buttoned with gold, and it looks unlike everything else you've seen in the house in this state. Very nice, new. And she kind of pushes herself forward into the light out of the shadow, and she just says, "No."
And you would be
pulling the spiders off the rapier.
Karina, I presume?
You flick them off, and they retreat into the webbing and start repairing the mess you made. Yes, I am Karina, and these are my charges, and you will leave them be.
We're just trying to get to the basement.
And so don't mind the token I'm using here.
I will.
I greatly mind the
Karina
token you're using.
steps
Oh God, it's a Black Widow.
As Karina steps into the light, it is, at least to me, worse than that. Karina has the body of a normal human woman down to her hips, where it melds into the place where a spider's head would be above its thorax, abdomen, the three segments. A spider's body is unsettling. It's not the kind of hairy exoskeleton of a spider. There's no gleaming black chitin. A spider's body is made up of what looks to be human flesh. Soft, pink, all the way down the jointed legs, across the bloated abdomen, even the spinnerets at the back as she moves into view. She opens her eyes, and 4 misshapen eyes under each blink back at you, glowing faintly red. And one of the legs is bleeding from a cut where Mop's axe had embedded itself for a moment. You can't go into the basement.
But we hear that there's a man in need of saving
We actually have to go in the basement.
in the basement.
There's no man deserving of saving in this house.
I mean, we didn't ask what kind of guy he was. We just told the kid that we would save him. So that's what we're gonna do real quick. It's all right with you.
He is not in the basement. If you want him, she points up. He is up there. Where he must stay.
Yeah. I feel like we've already done much of the house, and we've imposed too much upon you. If we could just do the basement thing, we'll be out of your hair as quickly as we were in it.
And with that, actually, you know what? Why don't you give me a
Take 48 of damage.
presence roll as you try to persuade?
Okay. Okay, I can try that. Oh. Yeah. 16 with hope.
What was that? I'm sorry.
16 with hope.
16 with hope. Take your hope token. Sorry. With a 16, Karina takes a step back into the shadows again, so only her human half remains in the light. And she says, "You aren't the first to try. You won't be the first to succeed. But I won't stop you if you want to go and join the house upstairs."
Are you saying that other people have also succeeded?
She just stares at you,
No.
raising her hands wardingly, but almost like she's ready to make fists and fight you.
Upstairs is where the guy is that the kid sent us in for. So what you telling us?
Yes.
I'm keeping my voice low so as not to disturb the potentially sleeping children. Okay, well, we'll go upstairs and hopefully never see you.
Go. And she throws a bit of webbing forward, kind of grabbing at the door and trying to close it on you from across the room.
I'm going to turn back to the rest of the group and just kind of eyes real big, saying, I don't really want to go to the basement anymore.
I mean, sure. I guess we can try upstairs.
Chip, really?
I think we have to deal with this room at some point anyway.
This
but
is a centaur, but instead of a horse, it's a spider.
You let her seduce you.
No, I was acting seduced. There's a difference.
Did anyone else notice that there was a back door?
Weiss, I wasn't. You're not supposed to say it.
I mean,
I did. I don't know that. I don't know that
it
comment.
was rather large. But what are you saying?
I'm saying if we want to go in, we don't have to go through this door that she just swept up.
Uh-huh.
But we still have
she's
to go
still in
past
the room.
her.
Sure, but we could get the drop on her, maybe.
I mean, wouldn't that require us getting back out?
Didn't the front door like close on us as soon as like slam closed as soon as we came through it?
That's right.
It did.
Yeah.
Yes. But I will, I think, take a moment to. No, nope, never mind. That's all.
I figure at this
Okay,
point we
well,
go
I guess-
upstairs and see what this guy.
I probably open it
Yeah.
up to the audience here and say, fight the spider or go upstairs.
I do think that is an excellent idea. Give me a moment to pull that up. But audience, if you want to start chiming in while I'm doing that, absolutely, let's get going on that. Is Miss Karina the player, our team's target right now, or are we gonna go say hello to Morales?
Lexi says fight spider.
Did it seem like there was any indication that the spider person is connected to the actual events going on in the house? I didn't think so, right?
Not that you've seen yet, no. So again, you've only met seen anything to do with Karina in the present.
Yeah. So go to the other room. Let the spider beef. That's my vote.
Wait, but like, what are in the thingies? Did we figure that out, or were we just guessing it was children?
We're guessing.
We were guessing.
With a lot of clues.
Because that's really creepy.
Yeah.
There was some
I mean, that's a way to protect them, I guess. Like putting them in Mylar.
Then steal them for your body parts.
collection.
A little ghost next to you. What's Mylar? Starts poking you. What's Mylar?
Boy, the faster we're out of here, the better.
Yeah, I agree.
Just try to ignore it like a persistent
I would ground that child.
It piss off Karina, so.
Boy, I wish I had some holy water.
Yeah, feed it to him.
Wash your mouth out with holy water.
Folks with more time this and then vanishes.
Yeah.
I have a bundle of offerings. I don't know what that would include.
Interesting. I would assume probably some flowers, some coins, maybe some personal mementos, maybe some holy items as well. Sure. I mean, maybe there might be a vial of holy water in there.
Probably depends on the
I'd let you roll
the
for
god
it
specific.
if you want to save.
If I want to do what?
If you want to see
See what?
if you have holy water in there. Call it a fate roll. Flat duality dice.
Okay. Just because I like to roll.
12 or higher, and there's holy water in there. A single vial.
Wait, is the hope and the fear gonna matter? Are you trying to trick me?
Depends.
I feel like yes.
gonna pull out like a monster.
There's a ghost child in there that you pull out.
It's another one. It's just poking you, so they're poking you from both sides. What's my there?
Delicious
What's my there? What's my there?
You did start it. You were poking the child with all of your many arms.
Yeah, you did start the whole thing.
I feel like the child started it.
Nope.
Mini arms or mini arms?
Yes.
Multitude or size? Yeah.
The fingers are actually just smaller arms.
Oh God.
Oh.
With their own little.
Do they have hands
So you're
at the
that
end?
type
And
of.
have hands and
like-
finger arms with hands
They're
and
more
finger
It's
arms.
like an
the
infinite
terrifying-
fractal of arms to arms to arms.
Yeah.
It's just arms all the way down.
Good lord, I thought I made up the horror for this episode, but it was really
Oops,
in the
all
party
arms.
all along.
It's like a bad movie of somebody taking mushrooms and then looking at their hand,
Oh
and it
God.
just keeps going and going
You're like
and
a
going.
Scandinavian.
I like each hand has a
horrible
different dialect.
fairy.
Um,
Absolutely something.
15 with hope.
15 with hope. Okay. Yeah. So there is a single vial of holy water in there. You may take hope.
Power of the appropriate deity compel.
Yes. Thank you, Katie.
So, I do believe we did we come to a conclusion on where our party's going?
I don't know.
I think it was just Damon that said something so far, but I agree with going
It
to
was just
Morales.
Damon which was going to Morales. And now
Yeah,
Katie.
I agree with that, but I am thinking, I am curious about the basement still, because she like didn't want you guys going there, so I'm wondering if like there's something there she doesn't want you guys to see.
I feel like
But
the
I would
source
probably
would
go
be
upstairs
downstairs.
first.
I'm with Lexi. That spider's got to go down.
Interesting. I think we have a
Oh my
tie.
god.
And if we
Yeah.
Lexi just wants to take my monster from me.
So if we have a tie, the way we handle this is we're gonna rotate through the players, at least in situations where I can't weigh in to help break it. And so this time, I'm gonna start with Mop Top. You are our tiebreaker.
Sorry, you're just gonna ask me?
Mm-hmm.
But I am the idiot of the party.
And next time it'll go to somebody else, but this time it's yours.
Oh man, I wish I would have taken any of the domain cards that are like get a hint on what to do or like ask your divine whatever, but I did not.
Do you want to pray to your divinity? You are Seraph. That's certainly.
I kinda. Yeah, like
Okay.
little 6-pound, 13-ounce baby Jesus. Tell me what to do.
What is your spellcasting trait? That's Is it instinct?
It's strength.
Strength.
It's strength.
Really?
Yep.
And
Yes.
That's very cool. I forgot that we had that. Go ahead and make me a strength roll as you reach out to the divinity that you owe allegiance to. I'm being vague here, guys, because depending on the setting in Daggerheart, it's less pantheons of gods necessarily, and something more akin to kind of spirits existing in different parts of the world, different forces of nature. There may be a grove that something called a faint divinity takes over in a forest that holds strong sway there in its domain, but much less elsewhere. And seraphs are connected to some of these, again, depending on the setting, and this is very obviously open to a lot of variation, but in this case, Mop Top has one of those divinities as their connection to the divine. So 16, Mop Top, reaches out to that divinity and feels a bit of pressure, a pull upstairs.
With the what?
Oh, did you not roll? Am I making things up?
You are making things up, sir.
I didn't know.
I didn't roll.
I didn't know where you were getting 16 from.
It was your last roll. I think that was in my head.
It is my
16.
like favorite number. So,
So just give
It's a
us
16.
Okay.
It's scripted.
but I was gonna ask a strength. Right? Are you reading a script? So is that duality plus my strength? Is that how that works?
I just want to say to all the audience how sad I am. My favorite dice are D12, and as a GM, I don't actually get to roll duality dice like the players. I'm still rolling a D20 over here.
You can add a D8 to it if it's bad.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
you
right.
have
You do have the
rally.
rally die.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and I
Some
have
people-
prayer dice. We could just go crazy.
It's true.
It's a 9 hope plus 4 plus 4.
How you doing, buddy?
So 17.
17 with hope.
With a 17,
Yes.
you certainly feel that tug.
Hold upstairs.
I beat the script.
Now we've all got to relearn our line.
We're on script C by now, guys, so keep up.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Okay, if my god who granted this scumbag powers wants me to go upstairs, that's where I will point all of my fingers up toward.
Okay.
All right.
Well, then let's go upstairs.
Yeah.
You return to the entry hall, and find yourself standing again in the past. And you see an altercation taking place before your eyes, standing at the top of the stairs, dressed now not in his elegant aristocrat clothing, now dressed in dark plate mail made of black iron, heavy clawed gauntlets and boots, a helm tucked under his sleeve, and a large sword strapped to his back made of the same metal, etched with silver and some kind of white, gleaming, almost liquid-seeming metal. Standing on the stairs about halfway up, looking up at him and radiating fury, you see the Lady Alabel, no longer dressed elegantly or more demurely sitting in the corner, but shouting up at Morales, "No! He will not take the test!" She is dressed in black wraps wrapped around her body, her shoulder and arm bare, but the wraps covering the rest of her. She has on a glowing purple pendant and a feathered headband with the same glowing purple gem in the center, and she holds a staff in her hand. Again, that purple gem glowing in the crook of the staff at the top, and power radiates off of her, glowing up toward Morellis, who just sneers down at her. Really, dear? Is this what it's come to? Betrayal? Fighting? I knew you'd come from low-born parentage, but I thought you'd moved past this. In sheer rage, she shouts and throws power upstairs directly at him, and he simply raises a gauntleted hand, and the energy disperses. He looks at her, sighs, seeming disgusted, and turns to walk, disappearing back up the stairs. She shouts at him, screams in fury and frustration, and she begins to work magic again, and you hear a sound. Shouts of surprise from other rooms nearby, and then the rushing of water down below. And you see water slowly start to seep into the room, filling up the floor. And the woman disappears. Alabel is gone. The apparitions are gone. You stand again in the dusty, abandoned manor hall, but the water is still there, and it is rising quickly.
Should probably get up the stairs.
Yeah, but also carefully.
follows you as you move your way upstairs, rushing up, seeming to match your own pace no matter how quickly you move. Eventually, you find yourselves on the landing on the second floor, and the water beneath you. Filling up the stairwell beneath you. You hear shouts from below. Dozens and dozens of voices calling out, help. Gasping. You hear people short of breath, panting, splashing. But as you look around on this landing on the second floor, you realize as you reach toward the stairs, maybe just reflexively trying to go to the help of those who are calling out, you find you cannot. A wall has snapped into place. And you hear laughter from a room nearby. Specifically from this set of doors to the left.
Is it... Do we recognize the voice?
It's Morellis's deep laugh booming across.
Okay, Chip, you go in first. I'm right behind you, right here, and I'm gonna like hug him from behind with all my arms.
With all your arms, okay, I was gonna ask.
That gives him an evasion bonus, doesn't it?
Yeah, we add my evasion to his evasion.
And then we divide them by 3? Yes.
Is it, like, bright up here? Like it was... What was the, status of this area?
This area actually looks relatively clean.
Like the lived-in version.
Yeah, but not like brand new, but clean. Like somebody lives here and has taken care of it. Looking down, you see like the statue that you can still see through the stairwell looks dusty and dirty, and you can see like a lot of the dust and cobwebs and stuff floating in the water down below. The house is still in the present. It's just that upstairs, the present looks a little different.
Well,
okay. Well, I'm gonna...
Is it well lit, or is it,
is,
like
yes,
dark up here too?
Yeah, sorry, I haven't been mentioning it, but there have been lights in every room.
Oh, okay.
Candles or oil lanterns of some sort, shedding, or fireplaces shedding light everywhere.
Well, I see a bunny on a display case, so continues the bunny theory.
With summon. I'm gonna look at Wisteria. And...
This rabbit is freakishly large, by the way. Like,
yeah.
like
they all are.
Like this one is like it's curled up in and on itself, but it is very much like Saint Bernard sized.
Oh, wow.
Also, be careful, guys, because the tiger and the peacock from downstairs, in the same state, attacked me and Wisteria.
They didn't do that to us. I'm just gonna walk up and stab the rabbit.
Mop, you could ride that thing.
Stuffed rabbit. Yeah.
Comes back out. Some stuffing comes out.
So
with the blade.
Here's the plan. Wisteria, you go in first. Mops and I'll be right behind you, and we'll get your back.
Okay.
Come
Where?
On.
I will also.
Well, you heard the laughing from the doors. Where's the doors with the laughing?
I feel like, yeah, do we just go straight to the chamber the laughing was coming from? I think that's easiest.
Because that gets us out of the house the fastest.
Yeah, okay.
Or never. But yeah, let's do it.
I'll open the door. Mop, Chip.
You know.
Across from the doorway into the room, there is a statue, seemingly made of solid jade, carved out to look like a...
Oh, it's the upper chamber. Okay.
It's a dog, certainly. But it is stylized. Its hair is long and flowing and whipping in an unseen wind. It's a large-looking hound, something that maybe would be used for hunting, or a guard dog or something. But the stonework is impeccable. It looks like a living dog turned
Going to poke
jade.
it before we start.
It's
As is my
solid jade.
custom. All right, we're good.
All right. Mop, Chip, I'm going to open the door. You guys go in, slice the pie.
Well,
and
no.
we'll come out.
See, it was that we were going to follow you in if you needed our help with the guy. You're very capable.
Which
Well,
we
we
will.
were going to cover you.
Oh no,
I'm
we
in
were
that
going to
top
cover you.
corner. I'm in the top corner with an arrow ready.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, I'll go in with you. I pull my staff.
You open the door and then we'll see what happens.
Does it appear to be locked?
It is in fact not locked, and as you approach to find out, you hear a voice from inside. It's open.
All right, I'll go first. Okay?
No, it's not open. It's closed. I can.
No,
Doors are closed.
I'm.
He's lying.
I'll go first though.
He's a deceiver.
They're all lying,
Okay.
So
especially the kids. Okay.
it's a private conversation. Anyways, I'll open the door for you, Mom, and then I'll step in behind you.
And right as the doors open, I would like to fly up and take the holy water and throw it right at whatever is waiting in there.
Okay. Sure. I say with the element of surprise, I don't even need a roll for that. You take the holy water that you found in your belongings as the door opens, and you see a study. There are maps and papers and books scattered around. There are mostly finished plates of food off to one side, kind of collected together relatively neatly. The silverware stacked on top. And sitting on a couch built into the side wall opposite the door is a tall, handsome, regal-looking man who looks every inch the man that you saw in the visions. He leans back on the sofa, dressed in the same armor you saw him in the last vision. The large swords off to one side at an angle, leaning against his leg, his one hand resting against it, his other hand draped across the back of the couch. And what are you? Mop's holy water vial smacks on the side of the face, cracks open, and pours holy water over his face and down his armor. And for a moment, there is a sizzling smoke rising from it.
Yeah.
His eyes open in shock and surprise, and a light pale fire starts to burn from his face, and he looks down. No! What have you... I'm kidding, obviously. What are you doing? The light all fades away and dissipates. What is this? Why are you trespassing?
Your son sent us after you and said you were trapped in the basement with a monster.
I'm trying to get back in there for some time. I see that the ground floor has been flooded again. My wife's doing.
Yeah, does that happen a lot?
With all the tears you cries and shouts, I'm surprised it doesn't more often.
What about the fire? Where's that coming from?
He smiles, and the left hand of his gauntlet is wreathed in flame, and he snaps, and the room is wreathed in a raging inferno spinning around. The maps and papers turn to ash and scatter into the air as the wind sweeps through, flashing the flames over all of you. Each one of you mark a stress, please. And then it dissipates.
Oh, because he's the angry one. I get it.
Over all of us?
Yes, each one of you, please.
Alright.
That would be me. It helps keeps the waters at bay. And he snaps again, and now you see the entire upper floor wreathed in flame, the walls burned away, the fire burning up between the beams and the struts, making up the bones of the house, and then it disappears again. What of it? What am I reduced to? Parlor tricks here in my own home.
Apparently.
Entertaining trespassers. What do you want?
Was entertained. Oh, we very much would like to just get out of the house at this point.
Then leave. I have nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we
then
can't.
the kid will be disappointed, and Wisteria hates disappointing children. It's a whole thing.
The boy is a disappointment enough. I don't care for his disappointment.
No, but he was able to do the bunny summoning. That was awesome.
That's summoning. He couldn't even stab it.
Well, I mean, it's a magical bunny. You don't want if you just summon it, you don't stab it. Come on.
It's simple.
I do like to live by the keep it simple, stupid motto.
Oh, it's good that you recognize your own limitations. He looks to the others. Any of you make more sense?
We're trying to figure out what happened in this house. It's stuck in, like, some kind of weird cursed time loop. You're up here making fire, your wife is nowhere to be found, but everything keeps flooding, and there's some kind of crazy spider lady guarding children wrapped in webs. And we can't get out.
Yes, Karina. She thinks she is helping. She has no idea. If you can't get out, that's my wife's doing, not mine. I don't need you here. I could help you leave. If you like.
And how would you do that?
Open a window here on my floor. It's not that far of a fall. You'd be fine. I just ask that you go into town. Perhaps send an eligible bachelorette my way. I think it's time I tried again.
Yeah, and if we had
Yes.
problems getting...
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It helps if they have a child already. It speeds the process up.
One of those.
God.
I'm feeling mostly like you're the problem here.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little gross standing
I
here.
can go into town and get a therapist.
The Weiss family has never needed therapy.
Oh, I think you mistake needing with going to.
We make the reality we wish to live in and make sure that those around us adjust to it. He stands up. But if you think I am the problem here, you have not looked closely enough.
Okay.
We know it's upstairs.
We do know it's upstairs.
You know what's upstairs?
I don't know. A god told us to come up here instead of going downstairs.
Oh, what God
That is
told
true.
you to come upstairs? Oh, of course. Fine. He pulls the helm from the chair next to him and puts it over his head. Its eyes glowing a deep orange and red, fire flames flickering out of the eyepieces, and he hefts the large sword, easily the size of, his torso, over his shoulder. Now he speaks muffled through the helmet. Then come at me.
What was that? You're a bit muffled now.
He stabs directly at Mop in the air, his sword more than long enough to reach. That said, Mop is rather evasive, and it's possible that Morales has not fought in a while and is out of practice because Mop very easily dodges out of the way as Morales rolls a 1 on his attack.
While he is in that position, I would like to cast a spell. I want to cast Time Lock.
Okay. Why don't you tell us what Time Lock is?
So Time Lock is a really cool spell. So I take an object within far range, just an object, and it stops in time and space exactly where it is until my next rest.
Okay. And what object are you choosing?
I'm going to choose his gauntlet.
His gauntlet. Okay.
His gauntlet, the one that he snapped. That he snaps.
What does it look like when you
with
cast
the
this?
ghost vision. So that's what I'm getting. Well, let me see.
Sure.
Let me check. So, oh gosh, that's a 6, and it's a 14. I don't. Oh no, I don't think I have to roll for it. I think it actually just does it, and then you roll to get out.
Correct. Yeah. So what does it look like?
Oh. So, you see kind of a faint red glow appear in front of Chapal as he starts manipulating it with his hands, and it starts to coalesce into a slightly brighter red, like a runic word from a language that probably no one speaks anymore. And as it starts to coalesce, he takes it and turns. The inside starts to tick, tick, tick and line up with other runes on the outside, and it finally sets. And then he just kind of lets it go, and it reaches out and goes to the object and just grabs it. So that object is slightly glowy. It's kind of a faint red now, which you can't see through the fire probably.
Morellis' gauntlet held out holding his sword glows red, and you hear a kind of confused grunt come from within the armor as he moves and the gauntlet is locked. How does the roll work again?
So if a creature tries to move it, we basically spellcast roll against them.
Contested, or you just rolled against their difficulty?
Like I think if it says make a spellcast roll against them to maintain the spell.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. So why don't you make that spellcast roll for me?
Why don't I? That is a 9, 8, 7, 21 with fear.
21 with fear. Perfect. The gauntlet remains
Hopefully
locked, and he looks at it. And a moment later, he jerks his body to the side, and his arm becomes translucent and slides out of the gauntlet, leaving it hanging there in the air, holding the blade still. His hand materializes again, now ungauntleted, but seeming solid. And he rushes forward and tries to punch you in the face.
Oh gosh. Well, he better jump. I'm very tall.
That is a 14 to hit.
I believe that does hit.
I jump in front of him.
And what does that do? How does that work?
I am your shield. If an ally is taking damage, I mark a stress to stand in the way and make myself the target, and I will take the damage instead.
Okay.
And when I take damage using this, I can mark any number of armor slots.
Ooh, that's very cool, actually. Great, give me 1 second. I need to roll damage here.
Yeah, what is the unarmed?
That is 25
like?
points of physical damage.
Ooh.
As he...
You said 25?
Yeah, as he lays directly into your fairy torso with force.
Well, I use my arms up, and so I will absorb that with armor.
Your arms, or? So you kick down to nothing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so arms forward. Mop Top takes the hit full on, and the resounding blow of this man's supernatural strength against Mop's supernatural strength herself creates a loud crack that echoes through the room, and that cracks a couple of the glass windows around the room. Morales is stunned for a moment as he doesn't quite believe what just happened. What do you guys do?
This is a weird
Can I also
question.
cast the spell?
You can?
I would like to try to. I'd like to try to
before you do it-
entangle him. Yeah.
Josh, what's your question?
it's a weird question, but it has a point. Does he cast a shadow?
He does, yes.
Okay, then go ahead and let John do what he was going to do.
Kamed, entangle. Walk me through.
I will use Vicious Entangle.
Okay, how does it work?
So I make a spellcast roll against him. On a success, roots and vines reach out from the ground, takes 1d8 plus 1 physical, and he's restrained.
Okay. Make a spellcast roll.
Okay, it's not phenomenal, but it's okay. 13 plus 17 with hope.
Okay, take your hope. What does the spell look like as Kamed casts?
I'm figuring I just kind of set my bow into one hand, and I just take both my hands and slam them onto the ground. And there's a little bit of light coming up from there, and you see then under him, roots reach up and start grabbing onto his legs and snapping out vines up like to the bottom of his torso.
The roots rush out of the ground and surround him, and he starts struggling against them, trying to rip them apart, just brute force now. Any elegant mannerisms of the aristocrat are gone as he almost sinks into a rage and just tries to tear his way forward. And he does rip through the vines as he walks, managing just to beat off the power of your spell, but it does manage to wrap the tentacle around his bare arm, and the vines dig in and rip across, blood gushing out across his forearm, and he grunts in pain, and he does take some damage, but he is not restrained.
Do I still roll, or is it just like a certain amount?
No, he'll just take some damage because the spell did not take effect.
Okay.
That was with fear, so it's my turn, and I'm spotlighting him, who now takes...
No, that was with hope.
What?
That was with hope.
With fear.
It was 17 with hope.
I'm losing track of something. Okay.
That's 7, 6 plus 4. 7 on the hope.
Then I'm going to spend a fear to spotlight him anyway. Yeah. And reaches to his chest, and you see him kind of reach under his collar with his bleeding bare hand, and he pulls out a pendant, and glowing at the end of that is a piece of jade. And he rubs it. And I think
that's not good.
Kamed probably notices first, given his situation, as the jade dog comes to life. Let me see, do I have a wolf, maybe? Yeah, here we go. That'll do. How'd it go?
Like you summoned Fax on command. Do I have a wolf who walks in?
He's back there playing with his bone. But yeah, the wolf appears, and as it does so, it makes its presence... The dog does. The wolf is just the token we'll use. Makes its presence known by jumping right at Kamed. That is a 11 to hit, so our very agile Kamed just kind of ducks around as the dog lunges forward and smacks its head into the wall, crushing it and making a hole there without any resistance of note. It pulls its head back and snarls at you. What do you guys do? So, Kamed, you're going to move a little bit there, and the wolf is now in the corner.
Where am I? To the side?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I certainly don't like this.
No.
But if nobody else has something immediately, I would resume attacking.
Yeah.
Where is this guy in the room? Is this accurate?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. No. He has moved up to here.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he had, or actually, yeah, because he had reached forward to punch at Chapal, but Moptop took the hit instead.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Shimmer.
Okay. What's that do?
I create an illusion of flashing colors and lights that temporarily stuns the targets if you succeed, and they forces them to mark a stress as well. Okay. While stunned, they can't use reactions or take any other actions except to clear the condition.
Great. Okay. Make your spellcast roll.
It's with finesse because I'm a rogue.
I love this. Spellcasting or whatever your main stat is interesting.
Yeah, that is really great. I do like that.
It's a 16 with hope.
16 with hope. Okay. So take your hope. So that is a failure with hope. He manages to. He starts to kind of lull into it. He manages to shake his head and snap out of it, and like turns his helmeted head eyes away, to kind of averting his gaze from it as he shakes it off. But he does seem a little out of it. You see him kind of wobbling a bit in place.
I'm also going to spend 3 hope and use Rogue's Dodge, which gives me a +2 to evasion until an attack succeeds against me. I have +2 evasion.
Excellent, because he's going to take a turn right now, and this time, he seems to remember himself, and instead of just swinging wildly, he brings his other gauntlet hand up near his face, and he brings it close, and he focuses, and a red and blue light starts to radiate out from it, and he throws it toward Wisteria, and a ball of energy flies out of his hand at almost point blank, coming right at Wisteria. What's your evasion?
It'll be 17 right now.
He rolls a 17. So that is 7 points of magical damage. As the blast hits you, not as impactful as probably he hoped or you expected. The spotlight's back to you guys.
Okay. I would like to cast Hypnotic Shimmer.
Roll your spellcast roll.
Oh no! 14. With hope.
14 with hope. Okay, that's another failure with hope. Take your hope. This time, he looks very out of it, and he tries the same attack at you, but he is rolling with disadvantage. Double disadvantage, I apologize.
Is that where you remove 2d6s?
Yeah, so I'm going to roll 2d6s and subtract the value of both from the roll.
Oh, that's one. Okay, I like double disadvantage on not me.
On him.
Which
yes, on him.
brings the roll down to an 11 to hit.
Ooh, I think that misses. It does miss.
The blast goes wide. He still kind of seems to be seeing stars. The spotlight goes back to the party.
I will axe at him.
Okay. Our tiny little fairy draws an axe that so far has only drawn spider blood and goes after Morellis.
Yeah, I juggle it around in all my arms first, but yeah.
Oh, and I say, mop the floor with him.
Take advantage on the roll.
And I get advantage. Yes.
Not disadvantage?
You clearly don't know who's jamming you. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's fair.
That should be that's one of my experiences. Mop the floor.
Fun.
Crap, how do I do that? I just duality and then...
And a d6.
6.
That's an 18 with... I have so many things to change certain things. Is there something I could do here?
Did you use your bard dice yet?
I haven't, but it's I said it was an 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an 18 with fear, though.
Beautiful.
Great.
Great. An 18 hits.
So yeah. Okay, 18 hits. Cool.
It is success. So
and I take another thing from I Know the Tide.
From what? I'm sorry?
My Seaborn ability lets me collect my fears.
Do I still get them, or...?
Yeah, I just get to a +1 on an action.
Gotcha. Neat.
But that succeeded. Okay, so do I just
So
3d10 plus 8?
for those of you watching who might not fully understand what's happening, Daggerheart combat and social interactions are really structured the same way, and they function obviously very differently than what D&D uses. There's no initiative order. There is no constraint on turns necessarily. Each action is contained, to one roll, and the effects of that roll kind of dictate the flow of the game. Generally speaking, the players can keep taking turns unless they fail a roll or they roll with fear, both of which trigger the GM to be able to make a move for free. That said, I can also spend a fear to do it whenever I want, or if the situation demands it, or if a player gives me an opportunity that I can't turn down. There's a lot of wiggle there, but generally speaking, it's failures and fear rolls that allow me to act, which means that when I do act, it's a little more meaningful than it would be otherwise in D&D with a individual, or it should be when I can actually hit things.
Speaking of which, tell me if this is too much of a spotlight, but it just kind of makes sense since Mop is engaging him in melee.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if I could use my shadow step, which I mark as stress, and appear in either a person or an object shadow. And I wanted to know what direction his shadow was facing, if it was behind him.
It's behind
or
him,
like
kind of in the same direction his sword's facing on the screen.
Okay. So I wanted to do that,
Okay.
and then try to sneak attack him while Mop is engaging him.
Absolutely, and since this is kind of happening as a combo attack, a 1-2 hit, I'll let you do that before I resolve my fear. So go ahead and reposition yourself and make your attack roll.
Okay.
Do you
I
want
just
the
realized-
damage?
Yeah, I do want the damage, please.
Okay, 32.
32, very nice. That is...
Yes, because I
severe
used
damage. He is going to mark an armor and take major instead. 2 points.
I used Body Basher. Use the full force of my body in the fight. So on a successful attack using a melee weapon, I gain a bonus to my damage roll equal to my strength.
Are you sure you're not a barbarian?
Full force of your.
Yeah, I don't know what I made, to be honest.
Yeah, either way, so I've got a fear floating. Don't worry about it. Wisteria, let's get your attack in.
It's a 20 with hope.
Yeah, perfect. Take your hope, and you certainly hit there. Roll your damage.
Well, I realized earlier I rolled my damage incorrectly because I was so used to using my bow. Hang on just a second.
No worries. Audience members, we are approaching an end, so thank you for holding up.
Okay. The staff on its own is 20 damage. And what did I get for this synergy attack or whatever?
Sneak attack can trigger, I guess, but really it was just the timing and the fact that you get to go before the fear triggers.
Oh, I see.
Well, and
Okay.
you're
then,
cloaked when you come out of that shadow step too, aren't you?
correct. Yeah, so I get a sneak attack anyways.
Okay.
So yeah, until he actually turns to look for me, I'm technically not
Right.
visible. Okay, so 20 from the regular attack, and then additional 12 from the sneak attack.
Great. That once again takes us up into severe damage. He'll mark another armor to take major, 2 more hit points against him. He, audibly lets out a groan, but a moment after that, while that attack is still landing, the blood spatter still, coming out of the gaps in the armor that you're creating. The jade dog in the corner turns to Komet and comes at him again.
Yep.
This time with an 18 to hit.
That just hits. If only he were out of melee with me, I could make it not hit.
He does 20 points of physical damage, and you need to give me a strength reaction roll.
Strength reaction roll. That's not great for me. I am gonna.
I can use Arcane Deflection on this.
How so? Walk me through it.
Spend a hope once per long rest. I can negate the damage of an attack targeting me or an ally within very close range.
Okay, sure. Spend the hope, mark it used, and the wolf coming in to Komet absolutely has him. Komet takes a step back and look at, not horror, but honestly a bit of aggravation that he didn't dodge this one, as the jade dog comes clamping down on his bicep, ready to just savage it. Paul throws arcane power, dipping into his own connection with the energies of the world, feeling that kind of corruption of magic course through him, and a shield appears inside the dog's jaws, and even that magical shield rending around Kamet's arm, is bending and creaks, and sparks of energy shoot out of it as the dog's strength crushes down on it, and it shatters. But Kamet has enough time to get his arm out of the way, and the dog clamps down on the air.
Nice one.
Spotlight back to you.
Do I get disadvantage for shooting while in melee with somebody if I'm shooting at a different target in Daggerheart? I do not remember the specifics.
I honestly don't know and don't feel like looking it up, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna.
So just as a rule, outside of very specific circumstances, attacks of opportunity do not exist in Daggerheart.
I knew that.
So you can just step away and attack.
But I think it's a good idea for the Jade Dog to continue trying to attack me and not other people.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna spend a hope to attack Morellis.
Why are you spending a hope?
Because I'm going to make him my focus if I hit.
Gotcha.
Which costs a hope.
Mm-hmm.
+5 on this. 18 with hope.
That hits. Take your hope.
Okay. Can I also use hold them off to spend 3 hope to use that to also hit the Jade Dog?
If
it lets me, when I succeed on an attack with a weapon, to use that same roll against up to 2 additional adversaries within range.
Absolutely. What was the,
Alright, so
what was the roll again? An 18?
It was 18 with hope.
That doesn't hit the dog.
Oh man, I was really banking on him being the hardest thing to hit. All right, that's fine though.
You fire off 2 shots, and one absolutely nails Morellis in the chest, but the dog just kind of jumps and spins in the air around the arrow, coming back down onto its paws.
All right, that's fair. So, all right, so nothing to the dog, but Morellis is one. He takes a stress.
Okay.
2.
I'm so stressed.
Yep, and then he takes 15 damage.
15 damage, okay. He spends another armor slot. His armor is starting to look pretty worn down.
Just say, yeah, he's gonna be getting low.
Mark that down to minor damage. Takes 1 hit point of health. That's 5 marked so far. That was with hope. The play is still on your side. Who's next?
Okay. So I would like to attempt to spear Morellis with my rapier. Keep in mind, I'm an actor, so not super well trained, but trained enough.
As you do that,
to look good.
I'm going to interrupt you for a moment. You'll have your chance.
Okay.
But I'm going to spend 3 fear.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to trigger Morellis' anger ability.
Okay.
As you've done enough damage that he's starting to take this fight seriously. The glow in his eyes turns bright red. And you see his bare arm, still pouring blood down, by the way, like that wound is deep. He reaches down to touch the floor of the house, and a moment later the entire upper floor erupts in flame. Everybody takes another stress. It becomes harder to breathe. The fire is overwhelmingly hot. Everybody is going to need to roll a agility reaction roll, please.
I'm going to use my ancestry to mark a stress and get advantage on it.
Sure. Add a d6 to your roll. Remember, these are reaction rolls. Hope and fear do not matter. I just need totals.
18.
22.
Mop advantage because you're in the air, but you don't need it, clearly.
Okay.
Wisteria, what do
Can
you
I
got?
revoke my stress? I actually rolled really well.
For now, sure. All of you, very skilled adventurers at the end of the day. The flames erupt all around you, and each one of you, in just, what would be a spectacularly impressive move anywhere else, is just kind of run-of-the-mill for the 4 of you, as you all just manage to jump up and around the the flames that spurred up. All of you coming to stand exactly between gouts of fire that are reaching from the floor to the ceiling. And now Morales' armor is catching fire as well. The aura of flame around him growing and radiating. But all of you, for the moment, are safe. But as part of his action, the dog is going to attack him again. And fail miserably as he smacks into the burning wall. The jade catching fire as well. The dog not seeming bothered by it. Spotlight back to you guys, and it was...
I think Mullet was stabbing.
Mullet's a rapier.
Rapier attack, yes. Chipal steps forward and stabs at Morales.
17 with fear.
17 does not hit, and it's with fear. That is a failure, and Morales screams out in fury as you would even attempt to hit him again. The rapier hitting the armor and scraping across it. The rapier itself actually catching fire from the impact.
Oh.
Making it
like in a cool way or in a bad way?
In a bad way. It hurts. 5 points of physical damage, however you want to deal with that. You can mark an armor to negate it or what, but it's there. Morales turns from you, ignoring you, and just stalks back to his glowing bracer and his sword. And he looks at it. He raises his bare hand and brings it down on the bracer and shatters it.
His bare hand?
Yes. And in the same downward slash, his bare hand rips the sword and he raises it again. It sheaths itself in flame, and he comes swinging. Everybody who isn't Wisteria, based on the setup of the room, as the sword extends with fire and sweeps through. This is going to be an attack roll that targets all three of you.
Before you tell me the roll, it is made from beyond melee range, right?
Yes.
I'm going to mark a stress to add a d4 to my evasion.
Okay, go ahead and roll the d4.
I did keep my stress, by the way. I don't like going back on stuff, so just to let you know.
Appreciate that.
All right.
I will also mark a stress to use my...
I rolled a 4.
Okay. This is a 20 to hit.
Does not hit.
A 20 to hit? Mm-hmm. That does hit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big smack.
That is 18 points of magical damage to Chipal and Mop Top.
I am going to use one of my prayer dice to reduce the damage, so I only take minor damage.
Okay.
So does an armor slot reduce it by one?
One
tier?
threshold, yes.
I see. Well, I will do that.
Okay. Additionally, both of you who were hit by the attack catch on fire.
Oh.
Cool.
Okay.
Spotlight back to you guys.
When he swings his flaming sword attack,
Yep.
I want to look for an opening that I can whack with him my quarterstaff.
It's a big, great, baseball bat swing. His back is wide open to you.
Okay.
Take advantage on the attack, by the way.
Okay. I kind of was thinking the back of his skull, where his helmet separates from
yeah.
Alright. 14, 15.
It just bounces off the armor, which is surprisingly strong. Just at the last second, he tilts his head.
By the way,
he tilts his head a bit, and it just kind of bounces off the back of the helmet.
Okay, that was with fear.
With fear, okay. I'm gonna spend a fear and spotlight both the dog and him at the same time. The dog, now engulfed in flame, turns from Kamed and looks at Chipal, opens its mouth and spews a gout of fire towards you. I need an agility reaction roll.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, I was gonna say not good, but it's 2-1, so that's a crit. So that is actually very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Does
guess.
does that work on reactions? Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes because I don't know. Honestly, I think it does. And they're just,
I
given
think
the
it's a crit,
timing, we're
right?
not gonna get too rules blurry right now. That's a crit. You dodge out of the way with a perfect backflip over the fire. You do take 5 points of damage from being on fire, though.
Okay. It's gonna catch up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Is it like a spotlight change or?
Not yet. He still has to attack. And
Yeah.
he, irritated by the gnat behind him, turns, swinging the sword horizontally across where he thinks Wisteria is. Is he right? He is not. Wisteria ducks under the blade, the sword swinging wide. The fire of it intense and burning. Mark a stress, but the attack misses. Spotlight back to the party.
I can swap a domain card during combat, right?
If you have the stress
Just
to
mark
pay.
stress
Yep.
to do that? Okay. So I'll be dropping support tank for smite.
Burn face.
Yeah, right. And then I would like to attack with me axe.
Give it a shot.
I can do that, right? Okay. And I'm gonna use my Seaborn tidings to add 2 to the roll. Okay, that's interesting. I like that. It's a crit.
Okay.
16 plus 4, 20.
Number doesn't matter at that point, but yeah.
Okay.
So take your hope, clear a stress. The attack hits. So what's your damage dice?
Oh gosh, hold on. I have so many things. Well, usually it's 3d10, so
Right,
on a
so
crit, what?
30 damage
30.
plus 3d10 plus your modifier.
Roll. Yeah.
I really like Daggerheart crits.
Yeah, me too.
That was the worst 3d10 of all time. Once.
I think I rolled a
You get to
30
add
once.
30.
Don't forget anybody who has their rally die left, that can be added to damage as well.
Oh,
I
it
forgot
can.
about that
Yes.
rally.
Yep.
I didn't know it could be added to damage.
Nobody ever
Very cool.
remembers Bardic Inspiration. Why would they remember it in Daggerheart? But,
That's the Bard's job to remind us.
Okay, so smite has me double the result of my damage roll.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, so there's 30 damage plus 9 was the 3d10.
Okay, so 30
Plus 8 is my modifier. Plus 4 on my strength because of body basher.
Okay.
And then smite is doubling the result of the damage roll, so that would be
18
8
total.
instead of 9.
So 48 plus. We're in severe damage, not quite brutal.
And I have second wind.
Okay.
So when succeeding on an attack, I can clear 3 stress or a hit point, or on a success with hope, I clear 3 stress or a hit point from an ally. I don't know how that works with a crit.
We'll call that success. It's an echelon above, really. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will clear 3 stress for myself.
Okay.
And if Chip wants to clear something.
Can I clear a hit point? I'll clear stress. Yeah.
You can clear either 3 stress or a hit point.
Oh yeah, I'd rather do the. For sure.
Nonetheless, as the axe collides with Morellis dead center again, right in the middle of his chest plate, he will spend the last of his armor points to reduce this from severe to major, keeping himself just alive. But his armor shatters, turning into molten metal and scattering across the room. embedding itself in the wall, in the side of the jade dog, and shooting all over, but somehow miraculously missing all of you. Who's next?
Okay.
Well, I'll
I'm
shoot the
going
fucker.
to.
Actually,
Okay.
I'm going
go
to
ahead.
I
point
lied.
at Kamad, actually.
It's my
Oh,
turn.
okay.
You're gonna use your
spend
fear?
2 hope here, or 2 fear here. And he's going to...
I don't spend hope.
Yes.
I'm going to steal your hope and spend it. So first up, the Jade Dog is spotlighted, and at a mental command from Morellis, it goes dashing into the room, leaping, trying to grab Mop Top out of the air. That is a 15 to hit.
That does hit.
For 16 points of physical damage, and I need a strength reaction roll.
16 points? That's minor. So strength reaction roll. Okay. That's a 26 with hope.
Ooh. So no hope, since this is a reaction roll. But 26, you get hit in the dog's clenches, but you manage to just shrug it off and throw him with several of your arms in concerted effort. The dog smacks into the wall and yelps and growls. Take 5 points of damage from being on fire, but you evaded that. Meanwhile, Morellis.
Real quick. Being on fire, can I use armor or no?
No. Or yes, sorry. It's not direct damage. You may use armor if you want.
Oh, okay.
Morellis sighs and drops the sword, clattering to the ground. His one arm bleeding is just hanging limply now. His last remaining hand he raises up, and you see a blue glow envelop it. And he grits his teeth and channels his power into it. And as he does so, there's a moment of flickering of the house around you. Reality warps a little, and you change. Not from this lived-in, abandoned second floor, but back to when the house was nicer, but not as nice as it was originally. And you see a procession of women and their children coming to live here. You see, in your mind's eye, those same scenes that took place with Alabelle and Justin taking place again and again with a new child, but always Morellis. And you sense his frustration and the house's despair and anger at the failure again and again of Morellis to complete his job. And Morellis, pushed to his breaking point and knowing that he is not going to be the victor of this fight, levels every ounce of power he has left into his hand. And it explodes out in a blast of blue energy. The first thing you see is Morellis vaporized in the blast of energy, absolutely destroying him. The dog crumbles into a pile of jade dust. Kamed, you're particularly range your eyes, notice a glint of silver in that dust. And then a moment later, that is taken away from you as the blast rips out across the house to each one of you. This is an attack roll against everybody.
I will mark a stress to gain a d4 to my evasion again.
It's 24 to hit.
Ooh. Even a 4 will not save me, so I still get hit.
Just barely hit some of us.
Oh yeah, that just it's a tap.
Almost.
I mean, I'm curious if it only hits me by 2 or not. I'll roll. Yeah, it hits me by 3.
48 points of magical damage rips through the house. smacking each of you on the chest, and levels the second floor.
Okay.
Is there something beyond severe?
If you
Brutal?
double your severe threshold, either is brutal,
Yeah.
which gives 4.
I'm merely at severe. I will mark an armor.
All of you.
What was the
are
damage?
glowing.
I'm sorry.
48 points.
48.
Oh, mark an armor as well.
All of you are knocked,
Take that.
scattered back beyond the boundaries of the house, flung out of the room, over the edge of nothing. And you see the lower half of the house still submerged, water pouring out of the windows, seeming fine. The upper piece of the house gone, and you all fall rushing back as the wind whips past your head, and you hear kind of a sigh as you land flat on your back. The wind completely knocked out all of you. You struggle to breathe, to talk. But you realize a moment later you are outside of the house, and you are alive. I assume. Is anybody dead?
Nope.
Half full of boo-boos.
Not if we didn't take extra damage.
No, the ground damage has kind of worked into all of that.
Oh, good.
The house burns at the top, leaks at the bottom, and all of you eventually make your way to each other in the road. And as you look back, you see, standing just inside the front door, with a human set of legs beneath her torso, is Miss Karina. And she looks at you, her eyes now normal, with a thoughtful expression. She waves at you, puts her hand on Justin's shoulder. She closes the door. Completely submerged the entire time, but seeming fine.
I wave back, and as I do that, I also use my other arms too. Who are the two closest to me?
Let's say Chapal and Kamid.
Okay. Then I'm going to use Sparing Touch and clear 2 hit points from them.
I'm really... Okay, thank you.
Your Seraph naturally goes into healing mode as you all recover. And that is where we're going to end.
Because, like, wouldn't it be messed up if you got, like, mugged? Like, we just got thrown from this house, and then someone just comes up and, like, mugs you, and you just lost all your hit points. Like, come on.
Right.
I had plenty of hit points left. I'm not gonna lie. I still had 5 to go.
Someone from the local Thieves Guild just comes
You
and
got-
attacks all of us.
Mullet got fucked up, I think, right? But
Yeah, he was the one I was worried about.
Evasion is super low.
I think I need to balance
Giants have bad
damage
like
better
evasion
when we
penalties
have
'cause they're so big.
lower enemy counts like this. But no, that was interesting. Great fight, guys. I really enjoyed it. Good session.
yeah, that was good.
That is where we end. The curse altered, if not completely removed.
Yeah.
The house is going to be different moving forward. That said,
Well, yeah, it didn't have a top anymore.
if you wait outside the house long enough, at least 2 days, but somewhere between 2 days and a month, you see the top of the house begin to rebuild.
Yeah.
It takes a number of hours. And eventually the house stands full again. But I can tell you that the next time somebody enters this house, there will be one less threat for them to deal with.
Yeah.
The flames of the Weiss house have been put out. The mystery will be solved next time. Thank you for playing, everybody. Audience, thank you so much for coming and listening.
Yeah.
I apologize. There probably was opportunity for more audience participation, and that's something we're really going to talk about moving forward for our live games. And for those who are interested and those watching at home, tune in November and December as we start up a real campaign. Mimic Decision will be starting at level 1, and we're going to make sure the audience has a real seat at the table as we go forward. Thanks, guys.